All right. And we are live. The last word with Lord Cognito, Ibantis, Ty Guy Travis, fresh on that Thursday evening campfire. Big time vibes in the building. But before we get into all of that good stuff, we got to start off with the home team. Ibantis, the cheetah. How we doing, sir?
Doing good. Had family in town for the 4th. Did a little home project. As you guys know, I tend to be doing random stuff around the house. So I hung up
Mhm.
big shade sails. So it was, yeah, fair warning. I know friction makes heat. It's a dumb thing to state. But if you're drilling into like a brick with like a
Mhm.
masonry bit with a drill,
Mhm.
that thing heats up. Please don't
Oh.
touch the drill bit because it will burn
Oh.
your finger like you touched a skillet.
Oh, we had the
So
experience. We had the
yeah,
experience.
that was one of
Oh,
those
okay, okay.
moments. Or even like before, I'm like, I know that's going to be kind of hot, and it was just that accident, like, ching, and it's just like, it's like, lose a piece of a
Ooh.
finger. So no, it was. I mean, that's just one of those moments. But yeah, got that done. Got to my wife's family came down, hung out with them for the weekend. I mean, it's like 103 degrees down here, so there's not much we can do. But we went to
Yeah.
go see Top Gun again.
Nice.
That
Nice,
movie
nice.
is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. It's very good. I would
Mhm.
go see it again now still. Just that second half of that movie is just amazing. And finished Stranger Things season 4 like a night or
Nice.
two ago. That
It's a lot of the
season,
80s happening right now.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
A
yeah,
lot of the
Stranger
80s.
Things season 4, man, they absolutely knocked that out of the park. I can't wait for that thing to finish. So I've been enjoying some entertainment, a little less gaming this week. I've been I think I've got a couple chapters left in Neon White. I'm trying to beat that thing. That is tons of fun still.
No doubt.
What about
No
you,
doubt.
Travis?
I am doing well. I am 60 hours in to Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Oh
Damn.
yeah.
I
Oh
just
yeah.
I just finished chapter 3 of the game.
How many chapters are there? Please tell me there's like 4
At
or 5.
least, well, the first game had 17
Oh my
chapters,
god.
so I'm
You're gonna need to pick the pace up a little bit, otherwise you're gonna be at about 400 hours of playtime.
yeah. My review is due on July 26th. I think that's the embargo date. So that means I've got to be done by like the 22nd. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's gonna be
And
tight, boys.
and you
Be
know,
tight.
no matter how much time you put into this, it's still not gonna be good enough.
I know. No matter what, people are still going to call me casual in the comments. Can't wait. Yeah. So yeah, I'm good. I'm doing previews, reviews. I've got I don't know if you guys remember that game, Roller Drome. You guys remember that
I've
game
heard
from
of
the
it. Yeah, it kind of had
PlayStation? From the
it looked
PlayStation
like
screen?
Sable. It looked like Sable for
Yeah, it
some
kind of
art
had
style.
that weird art style, and it was person on rollerblades with two pistols
Yeah,
shooting
yeah.
things. I'm
See, I'm
previewing that
lost in
game
the whole
next
entire
week.
sauce on it. See,
Yeah. I'm playing that game next week, so that's pretty cool. Also, wanted to give a shout out to my bros in the comments right now. Buddha and Ducky, they
Buddha.
rolled with me in duality multiple
Yes.
times. All
I heard the
characters,
stories.
and I got the sword this week.
Ooh,
Yes.
there you
So
go.
I got my
And
exotic
they got
and
you your
catalyst
catalyst.
and the
Mm-hmm.
catalyst. Yeah. So shout out to
all
those guys.
right.
But yeah, been playing some Destiny, been playing other games, but yeah, I'm pretty much deep in the anime land of Xenoblade, and probably will be there for the next 3 weeks at least. So
Nice.
hilarious.
What about you, Cog? What have you been up to, sir?
Back from vacay. I was out in the shy. So shout out to everybody who pulled up, man.
Man,
Got to
I'm
be some.
glad you are back too. I know.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. That the last day was not fun, obviously because of events, you know what I mean, and shootings and all type of craziness
At home
in
to
this
our guests
country.
too, and it's
Yeah,
terrible. It's
it's terrible, you know. And they had that happen on 4th of July, so I didn't want that to take my energy, you know what I mean. But luckily, you know, they apprehended who need to be apprehended. Everybody, the rest of the people are safe. But prior to that, my trip was fantastic. Really got a chance to build with some people. Randall Thor pulled
that
up.
face
That was
reveal. I saw that.
yeah, the face reveal. Randall's outside. He was outside. So that was cool. And of course, my man's, you know what I'm saying, Midway Monster, he pulled up. Did some Chicago. It was kind of like one of those trips where normally when I go on a trip, it's always work. It's always, oh, it's a convention, and then you got to do game coverage and you got to do stuff or interviews. But this was a trip for me and just to kind of relax. And one of the homies, his 50th birthday, so we had to salute the old man, you know what I'm saying, and give him his flowers while we still got him. But yeah, I had a good time. Came back. I've been reviewing As Dust Falls. It's up now.
Nice.
Shout out to Addict. Shout out to Aurora Wolf. We're doing the multiplayer aspect. It's a fun party game. I think it's gonna do fantastic. And yeah, other than that, and I got this little thing came in the mail. Little thing came in the
Hey, I see
mail.
that Steam Deck.
Finally.
Okay.
Yeah, can't play something that I like on it.
No, you
But
cannot. You will get banned.
yeah,
Don't touch that.
because the feds outside.
Like
Don't
MC
do it.
Hammer,
Don't
leave
do
it
it. Don't do Bungie. I don't want no smoke. I'm waiting for y'all to give me the word. Let me know it's okay. But that's what's going on with me. But enough of this. We got this amazing guest waiting. Don't need me.
Indeed. Welcome to The Last Word, episode number 205. Happy Bungie Day, everyone. 7/7 is upon us. Developers are getting wood and swords. Cosplay is on another level, and Bungie Foundation again continues to do amazing work. As we wrap up the story beats of Season of the Haunted with a hitting you in the feels kind of ending, you know we are going to have an excellent chat tonight. But excellent isn't even the proper word to do our guest tonight justice. It's been about 100 episodes since this man graced the campfire with his presence, and oh man, has he blown up since then. The amount of talent and skill that this man has really shows you what happens with hard work meets talent. Let's start with how he starts his day. By hyping up the rest of the world with his morning motivations. If you watch one of these and you aren't ready to conquer the world, you might need to check your pulse. Then, you know this man is out there making sure all those parcels get to where they need to go to make sure he provides for his family. Talk about a family man as well. Working 2 jobs, I can't imagine sleeping more than just a couple of winks a night, killing himself to provide and give the best life he can to his son. That alone makes him a true legend. But then, when he turns on his PC, does that quick mic and lighting check, and then hits that button to go live, it's over. The one and only hype man of Twitch with over 40,000 followers who know each time they see that notification that they gotta tune in. Whenever it's hitting a sick headshot in the middle of a freestyle rap, which alone is out of this world, but then keeping it real, most importantly, keeping the positive vibes flowing strong, even in the face of so much negativity. It's always a good place to hang out. Working with the companies like Elgato, Power GPU, Respawn, and of course Advanced UG, and even Bungie knows the right name to call this man as they help produce a legit music video for our guest. Heroes are welcomed here at the campfire, and we are lucky to be graced by once again, the one, the only, Uhmaayyze. How you doing, sir?
Put your damn hands together.
Oh my God, man! I'm gonna go ahead and get my own claps in real quick and get myself hyped up real quick. Just let me help myself hyped up. Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
I can't do the freestyle like you can, but now that after that it's your turn.
Oh man.
Salute, man. Salute.
Can I drop a freestyle real quick? I mean, I feel like I
if
just
you
need to.
want to, I mean,
we didn't want to put you in no
this is already
some bars for us.
I don't have any music though. I don't have any music.
You don't need any. I can clap and do my own thing real quick with it. Let me see what we got here. Yeah. I'm in the building, really on the hype stuff. Even though I'm dropping off some light stuff. The work is real good. I'm really on my enemies. I see all of my enemies, but dang, I need my energy. Crazy. I gotta love it. I'm climbing on the stars, never dropping to the floor. Always climbing to the top. Gotta show what it be like. Really gotta take me. I've been trying to hit some business, so you really gotta rate me. How you doing? Are you awake yet? Let me hype you up. I've been trying to show some love in this game. It's got me niced up. I'm all about some love in this thing. I'm giving let's. Everybody needs some love in this game. I'm giving back. Okay. Giving facts. It's that definition. Make it. I'm on the last word. Ain't no way you can take it. I'm all about this love, so I'm just really trying to give it. Big shouts to everybody at the podcast, the feelings, the love.
The vibes is in the building. We got the exclusive.
This is the exclusive bonus track. Exclusive bonus track for the EP.
Campfire heat.
Well, with that, we would like to conclude the podcast.
I mean, I don't think we can really top that. So that's pretty much all we got.
Yo, salute, bro. Like I just love how you put it down, how you give it up for the community. Always a positive vibe. Let's get right into it, man. First, how you been? I mean, since like he said, like since last time you've been here, your trajectory, brother. I mean, it's been outstanding. And then to see not only that, to see the community get behind you, to see Bungie get behind you, to see the commercial, my man, out there shining, bro. Like, has it hit you yet? What's happening to Uhmaayyze?
Be honest, not yet. I've been it's been amazing to see so much love from the community. You still have that balance of the hate side, but you have that balance of what side is speaking more, that powerful of the positivity over the hate. Being as busy as I've been lately, that it was an honor. I'd say it was an honor, a privilege, during that time to get, get that notice of, y'all want me to do what type deal, and be able to write those things, man. I had so much going on, man. For my dad passing from cancer, uh, doing that, then at time getting that notice, he got to see that we got that kind of notice before everything. But a lot has during that point, man, was a very busy time for me. So I didn't have the time to acknowledge what I had been doing, but I've been very, very focused on being thankful for the things that I am doing, if that makes sense. And it's in a sense where a lot of people are really starting to wake up versus what they used to see, hearing from everybody else, but actually getting to see the story. There's so many people that judge that book by the cover, they never open the book and read the story. You know what I mean? And I think that in a sense that a lot of people are finally starting to open that book and read that story because okay, wow, this is real. And you know it's real when you got you got a lot of people at Bungie that really love what I do. You got a lot of them there that love the energy, love what I provide for their community, my community. It's what they want for their game. It's what they want for their vibe, their change, what they want. They want that peace. They want that love. They want people to be able to feel that they can play this game and enjoy it as much as I enjoy it. And I think in a sense, I still haven't took that time to just sit back and feel that grace, that love, because it's not over. It's just only the beginning. You get what I'm saying? So it's that, and once that engine starts rolling for me, I've got to keep on going as a promise that I've made my father, who has given me so much energy, man, over the past couple of months. It is definitely big to stay focused, take care of my son and make sure that he's doing well, and take care of my community, make sure that they're elevated and motivated, and just try to keep the world at bay, or what we're hanging on by this beautiful, like this I won't even call it a beautiful thread, call it a very tight thread, and try to push this positive, this motivation and this energy as much as I possibly can while I'm at the table. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that I can be at this table. And I feel like since that video has come out, I have been able to open doors for so many others.
Oh, absolutely.
That felt like that this is not like this
Possible.
can't be real, but I made these things possible. Yes, what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So it's like
I know.
I opened this door to a lot of other people. Said, now I believe. Now I truly believe. I know this guy. I now truly believe that this can possibly be a thing, and dreams can be possible. Really just got to put that time in, man, and knowing that that's like, hey, man, you should be feeling good, man. You're a celebrity here. No, I don't feel good. I'm not done yet. I got more things I got to do. You know what I mean? This is just only the beginning. I just managed to open the door. Now I got to get up in there. You know what I mean? So it's more likely I got to keep this path rolling, try to keep everybody at bay here, and let them know that dreams are very, very much possible, because it's only, like I said, it's only the beginning, and it's just so much more, man. But I can't say today that as I actually take the time that y'all have very, very much noticed me with so much of this love that y'all have showed me, that I have definitely took notice of how many smiles I've managed to put on so many people's faces.
Oh, no doubt, brother. Well said. Your journey is just beginning. Again, I thank E all the time for actually having me cross paths with your content, and like, again, to see what's going on. And in my mind, when I saw it, it's kind of what you said, which is pretty much like, it's inspiration. Obviously, you know, brothers like us, you know, we don't see it a lot, and it's good to see, you know, the representation, but as well, just you being yourself, right? That's the cool thing.
Understand that, and correct.
Like, you could be yourself and still win, and that's beautiful. See, I got more to say, but I don't want to dominate the time, because we got the homies with me.
I don't want to interrupt this. This is amazing.
No, it's just beautiful.
If you don't mind if I get in on that with you as well, Lord. I think me and you have that solid connection of understanding of how hard it is to come from to do something like that in a space that's so filled, in the space being so tight at that, and being able to open that door and being recognized by a company by the name of Bungie. We're doing something that's a level that so many people want. So many people want that kind of level, but at the end of the day, I think it's just a very much of a very strong shocker that this guy is really what he say is
They say
we
is.
live in a world where
Yes.
positivity just can't exist or it's not allowed. And I'm that type of person that says, hey,
Mhm.
what we not gonna do is say what is not allowed. Hey, I'm a positive individual. You're not gonna tell me I can't announce that I'm a positive individual. And I put so much positive love into this space each and every day. You know what I mean? That's
Facts.
something you cannot take from me. I use
No,
every social
absolutely.
media platform to be able to do that. And we just it's been so negative lately, man. Or these years that we've been in, it's just been
Oh, it's
very,
been.
very negative, and it's only going down. It ain't going up. So we're trying to do what we can in the space to provide at least a little bit of that good energy, man, for a lot of people that can still use it. Because in this
Mhm.
world right now, man, it's like what's
Woo.
happening? What's
Yeah.
happening? You know?
Yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely. Last point I'll say, and it's just that again, what your shirt says, and basically what you reiterated is what I like about it is it shows that brothers don't have to tear each other down, to
That's
tear others down, to try to succeed. You could still have a positive vibe, bring people together, and that can win. And that's what I like about it. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
can
man.
win. People think it gotta be something else, and I love it, man. Salute to your success. I know we're gonna talk about this game and all the things going on. But E and Trav, man, what questions you got for Maze? It's been a minute since he's been here.
Travis?
I'll let you go first, E.
Oh yeah.
You usually do the opening salvo where you ask about his childhood.
Well, I mean, we had him on
That-
like 100
yeah.
episodes ago, so we got a little history with
Oh,
him.
that's
And
right.
he's been gaming for a while, but that's why I was like, if you got anything you want to know about, feel
Okay,
free.
I got something.
Let's go.
What's your loadout looking like these days in
Ooh.
PvP?
My loadout look.
Woo,
That's a
let's
nice
get right
question,
to it.
Travis.
What's
My
going on?
loadout
I want to
looking-
hit Y for inspect right now. Let me
Yeah,
inspect.
all right. The loadout I've been using these days is became what everybody has known me in the community for now is the Glaive King. I use a lot of the glaive aspect of the game. Some of the things a lot of people didn't really truly much enjoy or felt useful. I took advantage of that glaive when it came out when Witch Queen dropped. Took a little bit to learn it a little bit, but I feel like I've mastered the core of it. I beat it, use it with Grandmasters. I beat it solo, did the solo duality with the glaive. Big shouts out to Mr. Hulk himself. I took his glaive and I sort of used that solo style. And but I've been very, very, very more towards my Enigma. I think it's at 550 level now. I've been using this thing
I
for a
saw
very
that,
long
yeah.
time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's that thing has about 55,000 or 55 or 56,000 kills. I can't remember. It's got a lot of bodies on it. But I've been using that thing
Clean
to
that thing off.
to to push so many things that a lot of people don't believe that glaives can do. Bungie bringing glaives into a space, a little bit of change of pace and a little bit of different type of weapon was something I've always wanted to damper into. Because I've always been the type of person to use the hand cannon shotgun loadout or the hand cannon sniper loadout. And now these days I'm using that Vigi wing. Yeah, Frostball's got a video up, man. We played
Tulsa's
last
back.
week. Yeah.
Tulsa's on the
I saw you
rise.
hit
You
that
know what? No
snipe for
problem
that.
with them guys.
I saw that clutch snipe. I saw that.
Yeah. So I've been using we're back with the Vigi Wing, the beloved, and just having some fun. So my loadouts have been post sniper glaive, hands down.
Okay.
That's what I've been dipping diving into loadouts these days.
I like that. I like that. I could dig that. E.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to ask you because I mean you are the man of the positive vibes, but
Yes, sir.
it's been 100 episodes since we had you on. Few things have happened since then.
Yes.
So where is in the past, say, couple of years, basically, from where Destiny was then to where it is now, where do you find the state of Destiny 2 when you go in to log in and play? Where is the state of things? Obviously, you're having fun in PvP. How's PvE? How's the story? Where is the state of this game to you right now?
The state of the game to me right now, to be in a very honest aspect, it is definitely, it's just there. I put it in, it's there. If you have not had a chance to use weapons or taken a chance to get better at something with the weapon, this will be the perfect time. If you have never had a chance to go make friends, this would be the perfect time. While the game is at this standpoint, this would be the perfect time to make those changes, take a glance and take a chance with other weapons, do something that you've never done in Destiny before, go chase some lore, knock out a triumph, do something that you've never done, go and test something, solo something. Take that time and put it to use. the story by far amazing. Bungie has really stepped up when it comes to the story part of the game. I've been enjoying every bit of the story. I would turn my music off just to listen to how serious the story has
that's
become.
big. Oh, that's big for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's I like it. I love the story. PvP is I will call PvP. I mean, it's always been the same thing for PvP, adapting the metas. Metas have always been there, besides something just changing and something coming away from the game. It's exotics in the game that's been there for such a long period of time for PvP that if one gets nerfed, there's a new meta of exotics that you're hoping to get nerfed, because that's what PvP players who play do. If something gets nerfed, there's something out there that they find and they can get their hands on and use, and get used to that, and then the community will go complain about that and get that nerf. There's always going to be something in the game, no matter what it is. It didn't have the spotlight, but when something's nerfed, that becomes spotlight, and then that gets nerfed. So it's an ongoing factor of what PvP is. I would say something about the in-air accuracy. I don't see too much about it. Now, I understand there's a lot of people who've been playing PvP a whole lot more. I haven't been playing it a lot this season. I just started splurging into it a little bit more. The in-air accuracy could use a little bit of work. I think there's just a lot of people just used to that in-air accuracy, taking those shots. I do believe that it could get you can dip down a little bit into it to see what's going on with it a little bit more. But besides that, PvP is just it's the same as it was before to me. PvP still PvP. People still bagging, still talking trash, still disrespecting each other, still playing the game. You can see and say you hate PvP, but you'll be playing it. That's more likely the whole vibe and whole mindset I got for it. PvE, this is a vibe for me. I tell people about Destiny anytime and point. Ain't nothing like it out there. As a streamer and an entertainer, I can sit here and play this game and talk to a chat, and chat just knows how to make things so much better when it comes to PvE. I done played so much of that nightmare containment, man, that I got every weapon done just talking to chat and not even realizing how hard I was grinding. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the whole vibe.
That's the best way to grind.
Yeah, exactly. I give a chat.
That's the best way.
You got to chat. I don't care if it's one or two people. You got to chat and they talking to you. Lord Jesus, you lose track of time. Y'all can talk about anything.
Speaking of talking to people, you had a very famous segment that I wanted to give you bars on. This is before the 2 seasons before that. You wanted to talk to Mara Sov. You wanted to holler at her. You had things you wanted to get off your chest, and it was very eloquent, sir. You was as the kids go. You was kicking the vibes to Miss Sov, and we want to know how that whole thing took place, sir.
Mara Sov, man.
Let's get to it. Yeah, you had feelings. You had things to say.
I love Mara Sov, man. I've loved Mara Sov since D1, man. Since I met this awoken queen. It was an awoken, mesmerizing moment, because my warlock's an awoken, so I've had awoken since D1. So it's just like seeing this queen, I'm just like, I'm gonna have to use the words, shawty, you bad. You get what I'm saying? It is just, you are here. You got magic powers, but Lord Jesus, have you seen mine? You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset that I want to roll Mara Sov with. Like, you've been messing with Shaq. He missing no horn, but
no, you didn't.
He wasn't ready.
Stop messing with the one dudes.
I'm gonna show you how to Nova Warp, baby. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
How do you think the horn got snapped off?
You know, I love you, Lord. I love you, baby. Yeah, I love you, but I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna kick it and keep it real. I had to drop them bars. Yes, I'm on it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bars. Yes, sir.
I loved it. Listen, it was pure fun. And the fact, like the way you made it a thing, it was just classic moment. I show people who don't play Destiny that, and it was like, yo, this kid he's out of control. He's super talented. The way you could just flip it was amazing. But yeah, man, I definitely one of the highlights. I had to give you your flowers on that one. But we got this game to talk about, Eve. What's been going on with this game, man?
We got to see.
That count as fanfic? What we just saw? Is that?
That's a special grimoire card.
Yeah, that's the secret
I'm asking my
grimoire card.
producers to look that up.
That's the grimoire card. That's the triumph score that only Uhmaayyze has got access to.
Yes,
because he got that music video made, and for that he got a special emblem. And and Teddy's now going to be mad if he knows there's something out there that he can't get.
Yes.
Triumph he can never have.
Exactly.
Mars.
No, we got to see the end of Season of the Haunted.
Yeah.
And Like, I will definitely say I didn't quite know what to expect and how it was going to wrap. I think we got a little piece of what a couple of us wanted with regards to ties to the future, kind of a cool moment. As for the gameplay, I don't want to take too much, so Uhmaayyze, how was the Season of the Haunted story? How did it hit you? Did you like it? Was it too long, too short? Good vibes? Always good vibes for you, I know, but
It's I can tell you, man, that story, this story for the Season of the Hunted, that was basically related to life.
Mhm.
Seeing different aspects of life in a game called Destiny brung into real life. Jumping into the life of Crow, having a bad turn of events, arguing with the bad side of himself, and being able to see and come to terms with that bad side of understanding and making change and within himself to make things correct, and having that bad person understand his good side and end up becoming light. Zavala having a struggle of something he didn't share with the world, take that with life, was some things
Mhm.
that a lot of people just don't share with the world. And that part right there, struggle, being able to overcome loss, and brought tears in my eyes. I can feel Zavala's story in real
Mm.
life because I took his story and compared that with my father and how I felt on a level with him. You know what I mean? And some of the things I wish I could have shared with him more, this, that, and the third, uh, and how they came to terms. He became a stronger person. That bond of release and being able to work together and jump into Keitel,
Mm.
and Keitel just being so tough. I always tell people, so many people are tough on the on the outside, but in the inside is
Mm.
where it hits. You know what I mean? You could be strong physically, but your mental mindset, the inside, is where you break. You know what I mean? And I think at a point with Keitel is why I got the most excited. You know what I mean? That part of
Mm.
the story was, oh snap! I don't want to break it down for anybody out there. And the closure is, yeah, in chat,
Mm.
closure is just being able to fight alongside Keitel
Mhm.
was the most hypest moment of my life. Too
Mm.
short, baby. I'd say too short for me. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Too short.
Mm.
Story was just too short. I need more. This was such a tease. The story by far is Bungie is ready to just, I'm always rooting for them. They ready to kick some ass. I don't know what they got planned, but they ready to kick some ass with
Mhm.
this storytelling that they got going on now, man. Because now I'm starting to get into my feelings. I'm starting to understand these characters a little bit more. You're starting to talk a little bit about their backstories and how they just come together. How they come together.
Mm.
Zavala and Keitel,
Wow.
man.
They came together. It was some
wow,
time.
careful
It's
with
a
They're
very,
that.
just getting each other.
very touching moment.
Word choice
Exactly.
multiple times right there, Cock.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They
For me
fed
to
the dog.
even, I'm not gonna jump into the last part of Cut or let everybody else catch in, but just being able to see those two like understand each other so much better. Like Zavala and Kaido would like they're like this now. Like, you know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
amazing.
But
That stuff's
glad
amazing.
that's the
That's
hand symbol you
What was
use.
that again?
huh? Yeah,
What was
like,
that?
like
Was that a
They're
Marasov?
pinky swears, not quite Marasov. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
that's sort of like Moral Solve if you think about it, because I did use this there too.
All right.
Yeah.
I got different expressions. Not gonna go to the other side of the coin, maybe by expressions at least. Travis, how did this season wrap up for you?
Um, yeah, I was not super thrilled by it. Obviously, I don't want to. These stories connect with people differently. To me, the nice vignettes of each person's story was okay. It was a smaller scale thing. To me, it was a little sophomoric in parts. Just a little bit of kind of. They were going through the motions to get to week 2 to fix up that story and put a bow on it real quick. And then I really didn't care for the way that they connected it to the Witness, because it's the way that they've connected it to the Witness / the Darkness for 7 years of Destiny, which is that when it's all said and done, they go, oh, well, it was all the darkness all along. They were, that there's a bigger, badder villain behind the curtain that we're not going to show you still after 7 years. Except for in that one cutscene with the Witch Queen. So I'm still. I think it's obvious now that the seasons are sort of waiting games, and we're kind of in between two hells, right? There's one where it's all about the big bad that we don't get to see, and we're kind of just like delaying the game, or which is what I would describe this season as, or it's a completely unrelated story and it just feels completely disconnected. And so I don't know if there's a good solution with the smaller content releases, but I also think that it's kind of hilarious that we didn't change anything. There was our actions had no impact whatsoever. In fact, Eris goes like, "Oh yeah, well we didn't. Sorry guys, looks like we got tricked and nothing actually mattered, and Callus got to do his stuff anyway. Oh, also it's going to take us a couple more months of doing the same activity. We gotta clear out that Leviathan. Gotta clear it out."
I think Uhmaayyze has waved the white flag. Uhmaayyze is like, I have killed all the nightmares I'm going to kill.
I'm not even gonna lie, man. It's at this point, I don't know what else it is. I'll be honest. I don't know what else it is for me to do. I've done everything in the game for the entire community because I've got every gun in that Leviathan in the nightmare containment ever. I would say I understand where Travis is coming though.
I got bad news for you, man. You're not done. There's still so many nightmares for you to kill. This is
you gotta clear it out.
Sorry, man. Sorry,
I can do whatever, man. I'm good. We're just talking at the smack.
I'm just saying, Eris, she's got this is season of the spring cleaning for you. Got to clean out that Leviathan. Got to get that.
You better wax that Leviathan right.
Anyway, I don't want to be like a negative person. I love Destiny. I'm glad that they're keeping the content flowing. I will say positive notes. I'm actually glad that it wrapped up quickly. I don't want to be compelled to do the activity every single week for a full 3 months. I would much rather just be done in 6 or 7 weeks and then have like a little bit of a break. And now I can focus on PvP and the stuff that I like to do. I like that they connected the story with the larger one, even if it wasn't a real connection. I think it's better than the other strategy of just completely disconnecting it and telling a story that doesn't matter at all. And I'm glad that they're focusing on characters that we now care about and know a lot more. Everything that Uhmaayyze says is totally valid. I'm just, I want them to do a little bit better. And just certain little things, and you guys know me, I'm a nitpicker. This is my whole bag.
One of the best reviewers.
If you wasn't being honest about that, I can tell you, I agree with every bit of your point. You just explained it in such a great way. And it's just like, this is the feelings that coming in with that entire, I couldn't agree with you more on a whole lot of those things, so that's definitely understandable. I'm totally with you on that, Travis.
Cog, where are you going to fall between these two?
Probably the middle, as I always do. As I always do. We got a good balance this one because it's like where I know where Maze tends to be, I know where Travis tends to be, and I'm always in the middle for the. It's like this. The wrap up. There was good parts about it, and there were things I didn't like. So the good part about it wasn't another Sever mission, right? It was completely different in that context. It's like, okay, we're gonna work with Kaido, and me and Addict has always talked about this. I like when Destiny lets you fight alongside your companions. I always feel a togetherness. They started teasing it with the Cabal. Now Kyle's like, no, we're going in there and we're going to do what we got to do. I do feel it was a missed opportunity for what the little seance team of Zavala, Crow, Kaido to all kind of come together. I didn't like the thing that a little annoyed me. I have a Travis nitpick where it's like, oh, I'm down. Oh, it's Crow. Oh, I'm down too. It's about I'm down. It's just so all right, okay. We know it's just gonna be me and Kaido now. Okay, got it. That was cool. She had a little moment. She put up her little Titan bubble. Go ahead, Guardian, get there. All right, cool.
We can only fight with NPCs when they're putting up bubbles for us.
You notice that?
Zavala, Saint 14, and now Kaido. They're just. When we played that first mission for Destiny 2 Vanilla, I thought it was so cool that we got to play alongside NPCs. But if I would have known at that time that that's the only thing that they made NPCs able to do in the engine, all they can do is they put up a bubble and then kind of stand there.
The engine told me you get one.
Yeah, that's it. You get one.
You get one type of NPC. Wait, that's it.
Did y'all make sure that Kaido rallied the flag? Is what we all need to really truly honestly act ourselves here.
Super,
hold on, come rally the flag. Keitel, and then we can go battle. You
And that
know,
way she's got her super up. Yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. She has some, she's getting her little helmets of power.
Honestly, she should have gotten a super. Here's my proposal for Keitel's super. She gets on like the horn, right? She calls in a
drop
Cabal
pod?
drop pod strike, and they just
that would be
drop pods everywhere, just kill all the
that would
enemies.
be
That's the
perfect.
super.
That would be
Shout out
perfect.
to Tom. Shout out to Tom Farnsworth. That's his super that he created.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's killed more
Pause
of
it.
us.
Yeah, shout out to Bungie. But yeah, like, we do that. And I did like the little callback for those. I am a Leviathan raid fan. I always love the Callus fight. So it was a little callback to going into the little spiritual world with the face and the things. Okay, cool. We kill the thing. And we had the moment, right? We had a little moment with Keitel, I liked her story, I think, the best because I'm such a I don't know if I've said this. Like, Cabal is kind of my favorite race, alien race. So for me, everything is very lordly, royal, Brockus this, and the uniforms, the gold goblets, everything. Say Callus get fat from strength. Like, everything about them is lordly, so I like that. But I like that, that relationship with him and her. Like, you were supposed to be the next. You chosen to run with the Guardians, and now I'm gonna go commune with the Witness and search for this greater power. So basically, what I got out of it is all this time he's been tricking Guardians and luring Guardians to try to come with him, and he's about to be the harbinger or whatever it is for almost like I almost look at like a Roke, not a replacement, but he gonna be in a similar kind of role. So to me, the thing though was at the end, because what I felt with especially, this is gonna sound weird, I'm gonna connect it, but what disappointed me with Beyond Light was when I saw the Stranger, Eris, and the Drifter. Yep. Right? I thought we were going to get some real dark Avengers, the unholy team that's willing to do whatever they got to do. Because we know the goody goods ain't going to play with the darkness, and they ain't going, like, these three are willing to break rules, right? Somewhat Osiris sometimes, but those three definitely. And I felt like Drifter wasn't really part of it. You know what I'm saying? We got more of Bray. Eris has been great. She's been like everybody's therapist this year because she's going through shadow. Fix your face. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like, what is Drifter really doing? And we finally get a
Gambit into the ground.
Well, besides that, but we finally get.
I know where Drifter's at this season.
Where he
is my Guardian's personal nightmare. He's sitting over me in his ghostly phantom form going, all right, come play Gambit. And I'm like, I don't want to. I can't do it. It's me.
But it's a good evil. He's your person. He's over your shoulder.
I feel like the Drifter is, his name is just as what he say is the Drifter. Like,
he all over.
Drifter is he's doing his own thing right now. Like, I feel like there's going to be more on Drifter very soon. We don't know what the Drifter has been doing, and Bungie has always been really, really good with, like, we'll get excited for so many characters, but we know we don't forget about a certain character. You know what I mean? Right. Drifter has always been exactly who he say he is the Drifter.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got to be out here doing something nuts. You know what I mean? Like, he gotta be doing something. Him and Eris. All I'm thinking about since you said that is that dungeon with Eris and Eris in the Drifter.
Oh, in the prophecy, where they were going back and forth.
They go, I feel a connection with those two, man. Somewhere.
To me, even though it ended and I felt a little unfulfilled, I got more fulfilling from that little recording where Eris is talking, and we're like, okay, who is she talking to? Yeah, that voicemail after you beat the mission. I mean, you got to run over there to the side, and there's a little joint, and then I'm like, okay, and then she says the rat, and I'm like, oh, that's him. Yeah. So clearly they are communing on something, and I want to know where that go. But to Travis' ultimate point, the slight disappointment is that we did all of that. And it meant absolutely nothing. We did the containment. Like, you just delayed the inevitable. He's still coming. I'm like, oh my, what the hell was this seance for?
Yeah, but I was like, wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
That's all of that.
This is the TV episode.
This is why, as I always say, personal growth is never worth it. Just don't do it. Why grow? Confront your personal demons. It's just not going to change anything. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
We learned a little bit. Went through some pain with his son.
This is like,
sorry to interrupt you.
This is in the middle of like season 4 of a TV show. It's like episode 8, where it's like, okay, what are we doing? All right, we're going to give you a little more information about these characters' backstories. What happened in the current present time? Nothing. That happens next episode, and that's kind of what we got.
Yes, that's one
We
of those.
are literally the Netflix of Destiny right now. Like that's what it is. We're literally the Netflix.
Next
So
week.
next episode, exactly. So
Yeah.
the Netflix episode of Destiny, catch this and catch that. We are literally a live Netflix on Twitch and
Which
No,
is
YouTube.
it-
I'm
nice.
telling you.
It is no wonder that Bungie wants to make Destiny an anime because I mean we've got 15 seasons of us just powering up at this point, right? Just so
I feel like we're overpowered now, man. At this point, I don't know what's going on. We reaching new levels. We passing Goku.
But E,
I was
what
only
you-
fighting with 15% of my strength. Said the-
Hold on, I got to take off my weighted vest, right?
So E, where do you fall between all of us?
I mean, I'm going to be in the middle too. And we talked about it in previous weeks where the resolutions came really fast. Like Aldrin was like way low, and then all of a sudden, like, cool, we're buds, sweet, high five. And then Keitel, similar thing. I like the dialogue between them, and I think that's where I'm, trying to see the highlights is listening to the dialogue, the way it's delivered, the voice acting in those pieces in each of these weeks has been really good. When Gall is just breaking down Keitel in that first time, and then you come back and she's like, what up? I'm still here. You're dead. Now let's get on my level. So it's like when you see the back and forth, and it's
she
almost,
had bars for him. Not to cut you. She
No,
had
no,
bars.
absolutely.
She's like, you got burnt by the sun. She was like, your plan failed. You can't question me. She was talking strong. She had that strong, tough talk. Sorry, E, continue.
Yeah,
I just want to get her bars.
and then, and it's those type of moments that I really do enjoy for the story. And I think, as Travis said, I'm glad it's not too long. And that's a point to where I almost wish there was a way to, they got to make it a reasonable length. 4 was, everybody, the Risen was like, that was a little short. And this is like that 6 to 7, which is probably about what they're going to fall on consistently. Because I think last year it was typically like 8 or 9, which felt stretched a little thin.
I think it was even longer than that. Wasn't there some seasons that I was doing it for like 12 weeks? I feel. Am I
For the
making
actual
that
story, for the actual story, I feel like we maxed out at probably 7, 8, maybe 9. I don't think we ever went 10, 11, 12 for the actual story.
maybe
I'm not saying
it feels that way because they used to save the final plot point for the
And
final
last
episode.
week.
And
yeah.
that
So
they've
it just felt like it was months of waiting for the story to wrap
and
up.
that they've changed up too, where they do actually, you get the 1 through 7. You're not waiting for chapter 7 2 months later in the mail. So I was like, I appreciate that they've connected these things. We've talked about this. This is not news. It's like,
We in the middle. Well, we got.
because
That
it's
was funny,
coming
that
through
was
Pony
funny.
Express, it takes too damn long to get there. That's the whole point. I'm gonna just sound old now. Anyway,
Yes.
but we also get those moments where you see Zavala have that connection with Safi at the end and kind of see her acceptance, and then Aldrin kind of come through. But when you see Keitel say, he's, Callus, her dad is officially now gone. He's truly given himself completely to the witness. She's like, my dad's gone. I don't know what Callus is going to be to the witness now, the harbinger of who knows what. I forget he had a title somewhere in all this. He's going to be that, but she knows that he's gone. So, I mean, and then you see Zavala on the other side have that connection and see just a little bit of peace happen with Safi, and then he drops down to the knee. And you see those two generals of their armies, per se, have that moment that hits them very deep. And those are the ones where I'm like, this is where Destiny is doing extremely well, is in the storytelling, in the acting, the cinematics, and just those voice moments. They don't have to have a lot of words between the two of them. They need very little between those two. Harbinger of the second collapse. Thank you. That was the chat.
Yes.
So
Collapse.
you have those type of words of what is Callus, the harbinger of the second collapse, and we're like Lightfall, second collapse. Stuff's gonna hit the fan in 6 to 8 months or however long this thing takes to get here. But when it gets here, we know this is gonna be bad. But these moments you get in between make you care about them more. It's like I just got done, as I said, watching Stranger Things season 4. That season hits deep if you watch it, and if you've actually enjoyed it and cared about the characters and building them. It was like when the characters are built up and you start to like them and you get to know them a little bit and you understand a little bit more, and then if something does happen in Lightfall, they've made us care about these characters now, which is what some of these are for. And that's why it's, if something happens where Keitel does some sacrificial thing, or
I was just
Zavala
thinking
could
that.
sacrifice for Keitel with Lightfall, doing something with Callus, that's that moment where it's going to hit harder. Because if we didn't have this moment, yeah, it's going to hit because we have a longer term relationship, but now it's going to be even more. And I think these these seasons, while, Nightmare Containment, there's a point where we all have seen it, way, way too many times. We get it. That's just the grind of
It
Destiny.
was at 2. It was at 2 times that I'd seen it too many times.
Okay, fair.
Hmm.
But it's like, we
Mhm.
know we have those, but it's like, and not every season's going to be big and small. Where are the resources? Where is this? Shattered Realm was an amazing activity. But again, and that story was cool, but again, we got a little less on Nightmare Containment, a little more on the Sever missions and the story. So there always seems to be this little give and take going on. And then if we get another expansion like Lightfall hits even close to the way Witch Queen did, the buildup, I think, is going to make it worthwhile. So, I mean, again, does Nightmare Containment get a little old? It's like, are they a little easy to wrap up? Sure. But like, there are certain moments in these missions where if you listen to the dialogue, catch the little stuff that they say, the one-liners here, the moment between Zavala and Keitel, I think those are the ones that make these worth it. Even if, like, I don't know how to solve is it too long? Is it too short? Do we do this all together? Do we extend it out even far? I don't know those answers, and that's again for Bungie to do. But I think what we do get, there are moments that are very, very high when we do get them right.
How about
I
this?
can say a season basically definitely based upon more lore and dialogue here versus more gameplay stuff to do,
Yeah.
things to chase. This season is definitely a season of the lore, is how I feel
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
It is based upon you getting to know these NPCs that we have here.
Even
that
the
they didn't put in
even the
spotlight.
dungeons the
Yeah.
same way. Like,
Correct. Like it's big storytelling. That's
Yeah.
one thing since you brung that up, Evontis, that it's literally I get on and it's nothing but talk, dialogue, talk, dialogue, talk, dialogue,
Yeah.
talk. Nothing that has to go in there, go and chase. No gameplay, exotics, none of this, no different bounties. It's literally talk, lore,
Yeah,
talk. So
yeah.
this is definitely a season of Bife.
Yeah. He said it's funny you say that though. I mean,
Shouts out to Bife. I love that guy, man. Amazing.
Season of spring cleaning, Bife. I think to your point, like if they're going to do a season that's all about storytelling, my one like wish is that they would just then move the needle in the story, because it just feels like
I
you
agree.
remember how when we had Farnsworth on, he was
Mhm.
talking about how they kind of get their orders down from, hey, we want this
Yep.
stuff to happen next season. I feel like a lot of times, because it's the seasonal model and it's a seasonal story, that they also get a list of things that can't happen yet, and it's
Yeah.
sort of like all just building in anticipation. I just wish that they would unlock a little bit more of like things can happen. Last season we got Saladin becoming Brachus. That's like, to me, that's like meaningful change in the
Right.
Destiny lore. And
Yes.
I wish they could do more stuff like that, because really, what happened this season? Right? Like a character
Yeah,
that we already knew was evil and working for the Witness came back, was still working for the Witness, continued to work for the Witness. We didn't kill him. And then some characters that we already knew that were conflicted maybe got some of their stuff resolved. But it just feels like there's a little bit of wheel spinning happening. So I just
I'll get that.
wish they would be a little bit braver with kind of making
valid.
things.
Like
happen.
let the forward momentum actually kind of happen a
Yeah.
little bit each season. Let the building happen. Don't do all of it in 19. Like let a
Right.
little bit of the
Yes.
dominoes start tipping. You're like, oh, a little
Mhm.
farther, and then 19's like it's about to hit the ground going in. I
Right.
get that.
Something I've always wondered is, why don't they use the seasons leading up to the expansions to make us lose? You know what I mean? Because during the season, we always
I was
win.
just about to say that.
We defeat Savathun. We do all this stuff. And I just wish that they would use the off time to just like have us getting crushed under the weight of this new enemy, and they build up the anticipation and the lore and kind of our negative feelings for that. And they could just use that whole year to make us hate Savathun, which I think they did better with Savathun than they're currently doing with the Witness. Rather than just it seems like their model is they do it just the season before, and then the season of the big expansion, we defeat them and it's over, right? And all that build up is sort of wasted.
Okay,
And
so I have a question.
I wish they would stop doing that.
Gonna go put on business hat now.
Yeah.
How do you lose in a video game season with gameplay? How do you lose?
Well, we
Wait,
lost in Destiny 2 Vanilla at the beginning.
Right, but how do you have that last for 18 months, however long we get to? How do you continually have us losing more and more? It's like, are the strikes that much harder? Do you die more frequently? I mean, from a gameplay where you run around and shoot
losing
stuff in
from
the face.
gameplay perspective. I mean from the story perspective of like building up because right now it feels like we're kind of on top and we're preparing for this event to happen, and we all know what's going to happen. The expansion's going to come out. We're going to get our butt kicked in the first mission or two, and then by the end, we'll be back and sitting pretty. Presumably, that's what's been happening. And again, I hope that they will break that up, and maybe we lose in Lightfall, as the name would imply, and then we don't come back until the final shape. That would be great if they do that. But I've sort of always wondered, like, why don't they use that year before to have us sort of on our back foot? Because if you think of the arc of Destiny 2 Vanilla, which had us losing, it was all about us rebuilding and finally coming back triumphant. That could have been a year. You could have done a year of content where you're slowly like kind of getting your ducks in a row and getting your powers back. And Void 3.0 almost seems like the perfect model to do that. You're like realizing your true potential of your like light subclasses as you lead into Lightfall. Like all of it just seems so primed for that. So I don't make video games, so to answer your question, I have no clue. I'm just out here dreaming, but no, I just nobody likes the brevity of a villain. Nobody likes to just get to know the villain and then
I will give you that
100%.
A good, well-developed villain will make that story matter and hit that much more depending on when things happen. So yeah, villain needs to be part of it, because if it's a one-off, then it doesn't mean that much. It's not a villain of the week.
I feel like in a sense, man, that Destiny has come by far, especially from where we came, where it was. Like it by far is. It don't even make it any better. COVID has came in, so many distractions with gaming, man, and things that we want and what we used to expect, what we want and what we hope for. It's like a rebuild, and we can clearly see from the standpoint from all the hiring posts and Bungie's out here, definitely out here just snatching the good folks and putting them in on the lineup. It's all I can really do is honestly just play the waiting game. We know what Destiny we want Destiny to be, and I tell people, if you ask them for Destiny 1 things, well, go get you an Xbox or a PlayStation 4, because the game is still there and you want to get that nostalgia. I'm not really looking too much for nostalgia anymore like I used to. I'm looking for brand new things. Destiny 2 is not Destiny 1. Destiny 2 is a different game. I think that what I'm waiting on is if Bungie's about to hit us hard, then the Witness better be a total badass. You know what I mean? Like Witness better be this guy better be doing more than bringing down house. You know what I mean? These pyramids, these ships, this darkness that we've been talking about for so long better be. I mean, they better be. Well, I want to say. Yo, the Witness is going on my Twitter feed today. This dude is the new Joker. You know what I mean? Like it is this. I want, but this hype up and build up of this evil villain. The Witness is. It gave you a glimpse. This dude looks badass. Like he looks badass. Like we don't know what he has planned. He's got every part of the area, all of the orbit right there in front of him. Oh, it's just I'm anxious to see. Like, what's going to happen here? Like, I'm hyped for it. This is right now. We're in a moment where it's just like I'm a chill. This is the point that a lot of people say I'm going to leave Destiny. And when you see this, Bungie has that crazy way with trailers of bringing so many people
they
back.
do. Nobody do it better. Nobody do it better than
They know how to
Bungie.
bring so many people back into the game.
All that talking in there, we see what happened. I already know how that go. I've seen all that. But no, I just wanted to jump into what both of you were saying. I think the way I look at it is like, they're in a tough spot because obviously we as the Guardians, we got plot armor. Like we're going to win. we know that on some level. But the key is, to me, why I liked I'm alluding to what Travis said in reference to the season prior to Witch Queen, why it really hit, because obviously, yes, I'm an Osiris fanboy, but I love that whole masquerade, the change, us being duped and us losing in that sense, right? So it's like, Sabathur was one step ahead. Every time we do, one step ahead. And that added a lot of tension, you know what I mean, to it. So I don't want them to go have to kill a character every single time or, do something the same way every single time. But I do agree in a sense that there was a part during this mission when the Callus fight is over, and Kaido's kind of like holding. I'm like, oh, is she stabbed? Did she have like a fatal wound? And, you know what I'm saying? There was a part of me checking to see if something happened. And I do think that the stakes have to raise a little bit, though. We do we know that the witness is coming, and hopefully Lightfall exceeds expectation, and it's truly like the way they're alluding to, maybe a second collapse, and we truly lose in that fashion, and now have to cope in another way. And I want to know if they're going to be bold in that way. So that's what I think they got to do. They still have to take some risks, have some more loss, so that we don't always feel safe. Like, yo, we did it. This, that, and the third. I know technically, shout out to New Red. I know we did lose technically, but it just felt like a stall.
It was a draw. It wasn't a loss.
Yeah.
What did we actually lose? We didn't lose anything.
We didn't get,
right? We didn't gain anything either, but we didn't.
We didn't stop him from commuting.
We didn't stop Keitel, or we didn't stop Callus from becoming who he wanted to be. That's what we didn't stop. But the implications of that could be 9 months away, and that's kind of the part where it's you want a little, you want to know a little more of like, what is the gravity of what just happened? We don't know, and that's where the season
my big
kind of
problem with this is, like, for years we keep being told that the guy that we're facing is the big bad. And then when it gets to the end, it's always no. Actually, this was just a minion of the darkness, and Thanos, he's somewhere else, right? And I'm wondering, is the witness finally Thanos? Are we doing the real fight, or are we going to kill the witness in Lightfall, and he's going to be like, but there was actually somebody even worse, and then you know what I mean? Like I just because Savathûn was sort of built up in the same way. It was like, this is the one, guys. It's Savathûn, and it really wasn't, right? Like Savathûn was Loki. Thanos is still out there somewhere else. It wasn't really a big deal after all. So I want us to face the big thing, and I do have.
We still need to know we still got people chilling. Like, let's not forget.
I don't know what
we still got Shorty froze in the back corner. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't even forget about that Shorty. Yeah, Hermes is still somewhere out there chilling frozen, so she ain't even dead. I just feel like in a sense that we seen characters and we just like blah blah, but that I go over there, you go right there right now. Shorty still froze. You know what I mean? Like it is still in a sense where
disrespect.
No, because like you think about it, like I'm gonna be real with you, just like Callus is who's next. That's who we hunting, right? Callus, we obviously know that Callus is this man is. It seems like Bungie, if you're about to bring it, and hear me, if you're about to bring it, Callus better bring it. Like, Callus better bring it. Like, you know what I mean? I need to know, because I know we're not going to get to the witness yet. Like, it is obviously there. Callus is our next problem, right?
Yes,
like, he is there. But I ain't sleeping on Frozen Shorty. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot sleep on that Shorty. Because I'm not gonna forget about anybody. I'm not sleeping on Savathûn. I'm not sleeping on
still out there.
Yes, exactly.
Still out there.
Yeah, it's just so many people that we forgot about. But I didn't forget. I didn't forget. It just hit me in the head that, like, while we were talking, I'm like, yo, y'all forgot that Shorty's still in the freezer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, she's still in the refrigerator, bro. She still got her hand up like this, bro. I don't know what's going on. So it's just like, I'm excited. Because it's your mind wondering so many things, man. Like, it's just Bungie can just come in so many different plays, man. They got so many different plays to play with.
My theory is that last year was us building up our Avengers team, right? We made friends with the Cabal and friends with the Fallen, and we built up all of our allies. And I think this year is going to be the Witness building up his army. Right? It's going to be him building up all the people we're fighting against. We got Callus, blah, blah, blah. And if that goes well, and then in Lightfall we get our butts kicked, as I assume we will, and then we have a year of just like the return, that will be amazing. I just feel like we've been waiting for it so long. I'm a little tired of the side villains. You know what I mean? And I know we've got 3 more seasons of it or whatever. I'm just a little exhausted by it. I kind of
you're getting it though. you're getting it.
I know. I mean, I hope, dude. Dude, if they don't, my review of Lightfall is going to be devastating to the Destiny community, because I'm going to be so upset if this isn't what I hope it is. But
you don't want your Ooga Booga?
I don't want the Ooga Booga, man. Not at all.
I don't know. One more thing I gotta confess. I really have to say it, man. And it's in no sense in a different way, but I'm getting tired of the season method, man.
Let's talk. It's a hot topic.
The season method is really. I think it's getting old now. Now I know a lot of games follow the season method, but this is just basically the where it's just like, okay.
You
know what I mean? It's like It's literally Netflix. I'm not lying. Like it's each
Yeah,
season. It's a season deal in a video game from
yeah,
TV shows. I'm just
yeah.
I'm ready for more. I know they
Mhm.
can do more, but I feel like they can somebody's got to step up and do it, right? Like
Mm,
it's basically a company just waiting for a company to do it first, and then they go jump in, right? Like somebody's just
mm.
I don't know, man. You got to be able to, in my mind, man. You have to take a chance. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like
Oh,
you
you
have
want
to
to give
take a
us
chance.
okay, okay. You
So
want the
what do
movie? You
you?
okay?
I
What
was
you
like, so
want?
what
Hey.
do you?
I mean, this guy is preaching to me. This is gospel. How often have I been saying this sort of stuff? And this guy,
Well,
amazing.
I'm human. At the end of the day, like I enjoy. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the game and always will. But
For sure.
Mhm.
the seasonal method is losing more than gaining.
Mm.
In a sense, then, and that's just for a lot of games that I've been seeing because I'm a person on social media like every day,
Yeah.
almost all day, and every time I see the season method, it's ugh. You know what I mean? That's my
Well,
mindset. Is just we got a new season coming. I don't want to hear the word we got a new season anymore. You know what I mean?
we were
Like
just talking about this a week ago
it's
on the
just
show
yeah,
about me wanting Bungie to do braver things, and I would say
yeah,
sadly
they gotta take that jump.
they do.
I'm hoping that they do because it's in a sense I know they can do it. Like they can do it. They have that they make that move. That will be super huge for them.
What do
It
you
really
guys
really
want
would.
them to go? What would you like to see from them? Are you looking more for like a 6-month bigger shot of content? Does the
It doesn't
seasonal
even have to be 6
just
months.
an
Like
annual expansion is just
it's
grand scale?
just it's in my mind, we don't when you do a season, a person is not gonna play the season if they don't like it. So you lose there. Okay. Like when you call it a season in my mind, you call it a season. I asked my brother, you want to play this? I'm like, what season is it? He doesn't even know what seasons there are. He's not gonna play it. There's too many seasons. Versus just sort of like dropping some good content, let just marinate. It's like you cooking that content, you putting that content in the pot. And that's your content. That big pot of content. And they can cook and work around that content while the game is on on forth and going. That way with these nerfs and buffs, it doesn't have to be a weekly change up. It's just basically well, we're testing this out right now. We can fix this. I feel like when they get themselves that team that they need,
Mm.
they're going to do something different. You know what I mean? Like being able to play because Destiny is definitely going in a different direction, right? A very strong different direction. But the seasonal method is never it's
Mm.
never the I enjoyed it in the beginning. And
Okay.
we all did. It's a new experience for Destiny. We did. But
Mhm.
it is so 2020, 2019 now. You know what I mean? Like it
Oh,
is just
you
it
trying to
and
stop the Netflix
I
bag?
could not agree with you more, but
it's just
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
it's
unfortunately, our brave little indie company that used to go against the grain just sold itself to a large corporation, and I do not see them
Man, they
changing.
sold
I
themselves
mean, even
before
if,
that.
like I said,
It's pretty locked in.
I'm gonna adapt. But if they wanted to go further, and they wanted to take that chance, I believe if they took the chance, it would blow up and be big for them. Um,
Probably.
and I get the season method, but it's just when you see the season, it's the season thing for me, man. Seasons of the hunted, it's the season stuff. You know what I
I was
mean?
like,
Like it's
and
You don't like the word season or anything.
just
just you don't know
Yeah,
what
he's like how Ebontis feels about actual
Yes.
seasoning. Yeah,
Yes.
like
really doesn't like seasoning.
You
it's
don't like
a,
that seasoning.
it's a season. When I saw it was season of the hunted, all I can think about was the moon. Let me real.
yeah.
Like it's the moon. I
Mhm.
didn't enjoy the moon too much as everybody else did. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We went back there to the moon, and I still don't enjoy the moon as much as everybody else does. You know what I mean? Like it's there. I'll be real. It's there. But you asked me when the last time I've been on the moon, I'm gonna tell you some orbits ago. Cause I don't even remember the last time I even stepped on the moon. And you know what I mean? And you asked me when the last time I've been
Oh, we
Oh,
lost the homie. No, he's back. Come on, come back.
at least you guys are still there, so I know it's not me for a
Yeah,
change.
that's true. Hopefully we get Amaze back. He was spitting. He was spitting. Yeah, man.
No, I was
Hopefully,
like,
yeah.
that's.
Send
Too
us a
hard.
message.
I was like, I
Yeah,
want him to come back because I don't want
yeah.
to.
Come on,
Shout
to
out real
finish his
quick while
thought.
he's gone. Couple super chats. Xeno1121. I want to know what's up with Eris and the Drifter. Maybe we see that in the next couple of seasons because there's something
We already know where the
on.
Drifter's at. Over my Guardian as a Phantom.
And then
Terrorizes.
the other one, Necromancer Zale, would be nice to
yeah.
get some future season missions with a mix of Cabal and Fallen NPCs. As you were saying, I'd love to see the NPCs working together. What would be the reason for allying with them? Otherwise, Fallen Cabal allied tanks. Oh, dude, that would be sick. Actually, Fallen and Cabal tanks, like one just giant vehicle army driving down, would actually be a ton of fun.
Yo, the chat is stupid.
So,
He said, but what do you think about?
Uhmaayyze just sent me a photo. It looks like the person in charge of the seasonal model at Bungie is outside of his house and just cut the wires leading into his home.
Joe
So,
Case, yes, he got redacted.
I guess it was a hit job.
Got my man. He's speaking too much.
Okay, well, let me ask you this while he's working on coming back, because he'll probably drop and then come back. So here's a question, because as he would like to see, and I think a lot of us, okay, Windows are probably going to be a mess for a little while. Hey, look at that quick transition. Cool. It works for me.
Man, yeah.
I think Travis's Windows a little off there, but that's okay. Okay. No, you're good. Take something like Starfield. A big space opera, something like Mass Effect, where you go through and you experience hours and hours of content and story. Do you even think it's possible for, because we get the light and dark saga, we have that going on, we have Lightfall, we have Final Shape. Theoretically, if Lightfall is either Callus or Xivu Arath or some culmination to grow into whatever's going to happen with those, you know, kind of building the bad Avengers, whatever, and then maybe Final Shape is our confrontation with the Witness. At some point, they said the story may continue. I don't know if it'll be a prequel, if it's going to continue on. Would you ever like to see a Destiny story that is a complete package? But on the other side, it's like, do you ever think that they could, the business model of the amount of money that you make off of one Mass Effect versus the amount of money business-wise that they make off of content and seasons and all these other things? We said his power went out. Damn.
Power went out. Shout out to Bad Storm. Okay, just came back. Yo, they got him. The feds, man. The feds got him. Bungie feds.
We know exactly who it was.
Listen, man, he was just speaking from his heart. Y'all, come on, Bungie.
Bungie, you gotta forgive him. Let it go.
Forgive him, man. He just disagreed with the model. That's all. That's just his opinion.
What do you think it's like, you know, the 18-month, like, I mean, picture what a World of Warcraft expansion timing is like. It always feels like it's 18 months to 2 years where they go, here's a new, like, big, massive chunk of content and story you play through, and then they'll, like, add stuff a little bit. Is that something like you guys would like to see? I'm just kind of curious. I'm truly wondering where you think, if the stories don't feel right, they're getting a little old, they're getting a little long in the tooth, you know, say they did change things with Lightfall, what would you like them to do?
I just think that this game is going on forever. I hate to break it to y'all. I don't think this is going anywhere.
Why do you hate to break it? That sounds like great news. We all saw the post today. Didn't they say they're doing it for at least another decade?
Exactly.
They had a job posting where they said decades. I think.
Well, that was the tweets. People were like, or what was it? Tassie was like, "Oh, I'm going to be passing my character. My son's going to inherit my character in season 243 or something." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Bro, it's going, man. Like this is what it is. They have, for better or worse, they have cracked the code to live service better than anyone else. And
it's crack, all right.
Oh yeah, it's crack.
That's part
and
of it,
as much as we may complain about the lethargic nature of seasons sometimes, and I was the first one, and we got the receipts on me for being in Uhmaayyze's camp, right? I was very kicking and scratching. Why are they doing this seasonal model? I don't like it. Give me the big chunk. Let us blaze. Let us do what we got to do. And then, once we finish, okay, fine. But the problem is, I think TK, as a couple other people in the chat said it, the revenue and the engagement says otherwise. The revenue and engagement does not speak to the hardcore. And the thing is, I'm looking at it right now in a season that we consider, let's be honest, I don't want to say mid from a quality narrative standpoint, because we know the narrative is strong, but from a content standpoint, let's be honest, the Leviathan is not as expansive as maybe we would have hoped. We don't get the full extension of it. We get bits and pieces, the Castellum and the containment. Let's be honest, glorified public event, right? With some little reward layer. And I'm looking at, again, this is just Xbox. But I'm looking at Xbox most played. It's in the top 10 most played games right now. At a season that the hardcore is like, man, this ain't it. You know what I mean? So it's really not about us anymore. And this is kind of my theme. I've been talking to other gamers about, sometimes we have become the grizzled old gamer. And they've passed, the industry has passed us by in the way they consume content. And this Netflix model, for better or worse, and I definitely feel y'all. I definitely don't like certain things about it. There's some aspects I do like, that I could play other games, right? And I can finish it, but this is working for them. This is working for them. And I don't see this changing any bit. I see them going with the anime stuff. I see that's why the Sony relationship, I think, works for them. They're going to do the Matter, game that we don't know what that is. I was hoping we get some information. I know we allure into the Bungie stuff, the 7/7 stuff. And now we hear about the NetEase money and what the NetEase money is going to do.
Yeah.
And guess what? Most likely it's going to be a mobile companion level game or some type of Destiny connection game to keep us in what we exist in playing. So I don't see the most I can hope now. The only thing I will fight to the tooth and end, and I know I get killed for this, but it's like, man, I would like a new start with a new, I personally, so I would love. I doubt I might not even get that based on how they moving with their model, right? But I would like a fresh start, next generation only. Here comes the vault space. Here comes more technical things from Ninja's perspective, and then hopefully we get that. But we'll see. Well, I just think
you'll get
ultimately,
that. I think you will get the new engine, but I think you are right about everything else, about the model working, about them not changing it too much, and I think that's a shame.
yeah, and it's the gift and the curse. It's the gift. It's the curse because we've been there, like Travis said, when you were this little indie rebel going against the grain. Everybody thought you were dead. Everybody thought you were out of there, but you managed to survive. And you were self-made, self-paid kind of a situation, right?
That is also the dream that they sold us. They were like, we're reformatting. We're going to do it, guys. We're in this. And then that lasted like a year. And then they were like, never mind.
And then it's like, look, Test came through and the new model came through, and then people working and they like, yeah, I don't want to call any content. I'm just using his name as a joke. So please, no disrespect. But like, yeah, Glad, yeah, Tassie, yeah, Cactus, you guys are mad. But look at this revenue. Look at this engagement. Look at that's cool that all four of you are mad, but we eating it. This is a good thing for us. And I just think that's what it is, man. We just talk about
I came back with powers.
man, I'm sorry, Bungie, forgive my man. He just speaking from his heart. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't like the expansion model. I'll just talk about that and just how I think they're gonna stay with it, and just ultimately I think it just makes them too much money. And even though I agree with you, brother, because I was with you, what he had to talk, he got into one of the fiercest arguments ever on last, like to this day. Worse than anything with Travis. It was bad. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to look at him for a while. But it was real. And he was just like, yo, they you may have to take a break from the game, right? You may have to play other things. I was like, nah, I want to live it. This is my game. Why they doing this? Tune in next week's seasonal guy. I was there, bro. And then I realized the metrics, the numbers, and how they're doing well with a model that as the hardcore doesn't suit me. And I just had to accept that that's just the new direction they're going.
Yeah. Basically I had asked him, if you don't love what the seasons are doing, how would you like to see content released instead of the seasonal model? So now that you're back, Uhmaayyze, what would you prefer? What would you like to see? What do you think could work? Do you think anything else could work? Tough question, huh?
Careful, be careful. They on deck.
You know what? Let me go ahead and bring out the Uhmaayyze mindset, man, because I'm gonna be real, man.
Let's
bring
go.
out the Uhmaayyze mindset.
Come on.
If it was me, just give us 3 months of the content. Everything is out there. But put it on a security release. You know what I mean? Like it's a nice little tease of a Bungie block right there. You just see the Bungie like no type symbol, but you see it's there. It's open. You know what I mean? It'll be open at a certain time. Like maybe like after everybody has gotten where they want to be level wise, and they decide to open when they want to open, then they open it because it's there. Versus people be trying to And I know it's probably hardest things in the world to do right now because what everybody does in Destiny anyway, most of the people who have nothing to do is glitch their way into different things. And that was in Destiny 1. Like, you know what I mean? We knew that content was in Destiny 1 because somebody glitched their way through. Like, yo, there's other
You want that
content.
backdoor method?
There's more content here. Like,
Can I get a little
man,
witness? Can I
no,
see what's
man.
going on?
No, man, not you glitching in other content. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's, I just say, I feel like the Destiny 1 model worked. Even though it was a bit of complaintments, this, that, and the third, it worked. It was there. Like, when they released, but the content in Destiny 1 lasted for a while. We're not talking about gameplay or this, that, and the third.
It
We're just
lasted.
talking about how the content worked.
Right.
How the time frame of those worked. I love that the time frame setting, if you remember back in D1 days, how they had Crota, and then you see the next scale, wolves, and you see the next scale. It was something hyper about that moment right there. Because it was a time schedule right there versus they didn't tell you what you were expecting. It was just showing you that this is what's coming. You know what I mean? I believe that a lot of people nowadays want to know what's coming. And I feel like I don't mind Bungie just teasing just the trailer and not letting us know what's
You don't
coming.
like that?
Oh,
You don't mess with Eve.
No, like, okay, what if it was just, no, I think what he's saying though, like, what if the season wraps kind of as we got now, and then maybe next week they literally just drop the iconography of, or even just a name, season of the blank, and they give like a very vague symbolism of what the season could be about, or even just like a character involved, and then you're like, oh, and then you can speculate. But I don't need to know that, like, by the way, Cade gets shot next season. Don't tell me that.
I don't want to know. I think that would have been better to come off as a surprise to us because as the streamers and entertainers out there and a lot of people feed the news to the world, it's just like, oh my God, this is what happened. Now you get more people wanting to get involved with this game and didn't even know that was coming. You know what I mean? It's now it's just, it's to a point when you know what's coming. It's just like, okay, I know what's happening.
You don't think that knowing what's coming is the reason that the players want to get back into it?
I don't.
Forsaken wouldn't have been as popular as it was if people didn't hear what Cade's gonna die. Well, I gotta buy this expansion so I can
ride for our man.
I can say that part was there, but I don't feel like they should have gave too much of it. You could just show Cade.
Just the way they did it. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Okay.
You could have had him in a perilous situation, like, but
right. Show Cade shooting the enemies and just show that ghost getting shot and stop there.
Yeah.
After that ghost getting,
we had to see him get smoked live.
After that shot goes off on a ghost, black it out.
Right.
See, get what I'm saying? Like,
didn't they basically do that? They didn't show him straight up get killed. They just heavily implied he's gonna die.
Yeah, the damage. You ain't even gotta show the damage is getting done to him. Just let him show him shooting shots. You just, because Bungie knows how to do that. It's that the boom, 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 matching the music with the gunshots. Let him do the golden gun, doom, 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 and then his ghost just pew, and then it gets
cut out. Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm not a developer, but I think that would have been pretty sweet. You know what I mean? Just like, wait, Kate was a badass, and then I just see who ghost is that? Who ghost is that? You know what I mean? Like,
not even see Aldrin yet. Just like,
exactly.
Who did it? Like almost like a who did it? Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
Keep the crowd wondering what's happening, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to yank me in more. I'm excited because now we're talking about this off work. We're talking about this in Discords with groups. Like, who shot him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and build up that anticipation from entertainers and people who do put out the news, and just like, oh man, this is an exciting moment type of deal. Like, you know what I mean? And it brings, I don't know, I feel like it will work up more of a crowd in a sense for me with that. And another piece for me would be, don't even give the missions like that, like those. Don't give the missions where Bungie's just giving out a bounty, or don't give the season pass the.
Oh, you don't like waking up to an exotic in the mail?
No, man, I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm not. The D1, it was never like that, and I didn't mind it. I don't mind working for guns and new exotics in a game. It's a part of what grinding is. Giving out free stuff just so people can enjoy it. It's just not the way. You know what I mean? I look at it. I look at it in a sense that when it was more surprising when you dropped the mission that had the gun in it. Don't give me the gun. Don't give me the gun for free. Make me work for this gun and let me go get that. You You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, ooh,
They didn't give it
there's
to you
another
for
Sony.
free.
You know what I
You
mean?
had to spend $10 for that gun, sir.
Either way, it's still free if you
Zero
work up the
effort.
season pass. You know what I mean? Like if you work your way
I'm
up the
sorry.
season pass.
How many packages did he have to deliver for that $10? All right, it was not free. This guy was out here.
Okay.
How many freestyle raps? I'm just kidding.
I will say this because he actually kind of got me into a thought process I was wondering about. Like what I would like to see in Lightfall. It's like I think it's the same campaign group that did Witch Queen. So I have high expectations there. Seasonal content, there's probably going to be something tied in. The things that I would like to see at that point, outside of we expect a new subclass, which theoretically could be coming, but like we need the season pass needs a rejuvenation. The artifact needs reworked. The power leveling system is at this point. I wasn't entirely sure if I could do Grandmaster this week, but why should I be stopped? Like those type of the whole power leveling system at this point, the 10 is kind of a joke. It's not really needed too much. The pinnacle grind is kind of there, but it just makes it a little bit farther depending on how much you got to do. I mean, yeah, they bump it up every time, but it's like depending on what the soft cap is or the power leveling cap and stuff. So power leveling, artifacts, season pass, those things that have been pretty static for a few years now. I would like to see those redone. Champions as well. It's like we got Lucent Hive. We've talked about this before. Champions have got to get a rework, an update, a change in mechanics, or yanked out of the game or something because we've had them for years as well. So it's just kind of getting to the point where some of the stuff that's been in the game for a while, over the course of like when it gets to a Lightfall size expansion, one or two of those, hopefully, is what I'm hoping for.
Hey, Bontas, can I join in on that a little bit? You mind me
Absolutely.
ask something here on that? I would like to say a little bit more. I'm glad you said that. What I really would truly want is I don't want to go back and do the same thing over and over again every season. Pinnacle wise. I miss what we had at D1 where it was fresh vendors of fresh weapons. Doesn't matter what weapons they are. Just give a different creation, like a different value of weapons, like it was in D1. You remember that when it was just when you go back each time Shax had new weapons, the palindrome, because there was some guns before those ones, and the other vendors, the fresh vendors, had different guns, not just a weapon you could chase, but it was different weapons in that Vanguard. Like the Vanguard had a new scout, had a new hand cannon, a new sniper, a new something. You know what I mean? I'm looking for more of that to come in. Even if you wanted to keep the same things, I would just want different weapons for those vendors. You know what I mean? I don't want to chase these same. Don't give it to just Iron Banner and Trials. Give it to everybody. You know what I mean? Give it to everybody. Make that season feel brand new. You know what I mean? Because you go into season and it's, we're chasing the weapons and it's good to have them and it's amazing. I love it. I mean, if I didn't, I wouldn't be chasing all of them, right? But it's in a sense where it's in the eye of the beholder. And if I'm looking at it and I'm saying, oh, this is new, I just like seeing new things. You know what I mean? It's seeing the same tower for a couple of seasons, seeing the same things, seeing the same is juice just running out. You know what I mean? Like it is just, it's running out. I wanna see so much more because I know that Bungie can do that. I want to see, hey, give them a glaive. Hey, give each one of them a different glaive. Like, you know what I mean? Like it in a sense that, I mean, we are at that point now where we have all the burns for the glaives now, right? Like, just give each one of them a glaive or something specific that it does. Since we got those new perks, Vanguard perks that works for a glaive. Give them one for the PvP glaive. Give one for the PvP PvE glaive from Drifter. You know what I mean? Just it's those type of things to me that speak. Like, oh, Drifter got a glaive. Oh, I don't even play Gambit, but guess what I'm about to
get
do?
in there now.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
exactly. You know what I mean? Get me in for a reason to go
Don't
play
get me
these
started on
things.
rewards.
You know what I mean?
You going down? Yeah, now you preaching to me on other things. Yep, I've been saying that. Yep, for sure.
Just get me going. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm gonna play Destiny regardless because I love the game. I love the company. I love what they stand for. This is my favorite game. There's no game out there like it, regardless of what we try to prepare it to. The gunplay, all of that just feels really good to us. You know what I mean? It's a game that's really, really embraced so much of that gunplay skill that everybody is now comparing Destiny to every. It's amazing how Destiny still stands
Yeah.
compared to every other game here. But I just want to see, I don't know, man, different things. Like we new season, same thing. You know what I mean? It's just
Mm.
after the season's beat, it's the same thing.
Thing.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, like
And
it's
I mean,
it's
Mhm.
no, I was gonna say it's
Ready.
like that's where again that's the other piece I guess I would say that needs some rework is what
yeah.
is up with the basic. If you want us to live in these playlists 50% of a season, literally half of the year we're going to be in these basic things once we do the stuff that you're going to do. I can't even go replay the final mission because it's done, but they want me to play strikes for 7 years straight. And again, as you said, Cog, I know it's like you're dying to. It's like the rewards behind these strikes, like strike exclusives, and they're making baby steps, and we want them to make like triple jumps because they put a baby step in. Hey, the more that you grind out this playlist and reset the reputation, now you can get double perks in some of the columns. You're like, okay. On like my 50th Riptide fusion rifle that I've got from Crucible or whatever. It's like I've seen about 600 of these. By the time my reputation's good, I've already got 2 that I probably want to experiment with anyway. One extra perk in a column after I reset this thing twice doesn't really feel like the juice that I put in is worth the
Yeah.
squeeze. And that's
Put that Ice Luna in PvP like it was in D1. Give us a reason to go grind forward versus the dungeon. Put the dungeon with different weapons. Just sort of like the new dungeon. All the weapons look different in this new dungeon. You know what I mean? Don't put the old weapons in the dungeon. Put those weapons in the PvP. In the
Oh, you mean the core
PvP.
playlist activities? You mean the stuff
Right.
that they want us to grind every day to actually make it exciting? I feel
I
you,
just
bro.
feel like if I'm gonna get a drop of Ice and Luna, but also a drop of a Matador or a Party Crasher, or you know what I'm saying? Just like I know I can't get these weapons anywhere else besides PvP.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if
I
I
agree.
want to go get this nice, let's say I'm just making up a word of a gun or just talking about a gun that looks like, let's say the last curse, it's a legendary.
Oh, I remember
And
that.
now the last curse now can drop some crazy rolls to it, but you need to play PvE to farm
To get it, yeah.
its curse. But there's also another weapon
Oh,
that
no. Oh, there you go. Uh-oh.
to it.
Little man.
we got you breaking up a little bit. You there?
I hope
I'm
he got
still
the
here.
Okay,
you keep
we hear
talking.
him. He back.
Okay.
He back.
Yeah. No, I was saying that putting some of those weapons into play that can really make those things like, you know, like make it happen. You know what I mean?
I got an idea. I like where your head's at, Amaze. Here's my proposal. Put Icebreaker back in Destiny.
Nope.
You have
I'm
to
gonna
win.
stop that now. Anything that makes bullets.
You have to win 1 million Gambit matches.
Okay, Travis. I think you might have been thinking a little too hard here, Travis.
Hey, I'm just saying, look, if you want to increase those player numbers, you gotta make them work for it, man. There you go. Guaranteed drop 1 million matches of Gambit. Who likes it? Who's for it? Bungie?
Travis is just going off in chat. He's got an Eververse title. He's got he's got 10% damage in Crucible for $10 per match upcharges. This guy just turned an Eververse.
Season of the Fen Church, baby. It's coming. That money grab. They're coming for it. I'm just saying, guys. Hey, Bungie, if you need a guy in marketing, I will monetize this game. It'll be toxic. You'll only have 10 players when I'm done, but they'll all be whales. They'll be the only 10 players you need, Bungie.
You got 10 Jeff Bezos in there. Somebody actually brought up Outriders in chat. And Outriders World Slayer, and we talked about this previously, is like, it's a cool expansion. But what I will say about the repetitive nature of Trials of Tara Guitar, if you haven't played it, it's basically not exactly a roguelike. You just kind of go through different rooms and get different awards as you play through. But that's the point where the repetition almost may be too much of the same. But the rewards that you get from that and how that game excels so well, when you finally build a legendary set and get all the mods crafted on a build and the weapons and everything, you feel 100% different than you did with a completely different build when you finally grind there. Now, is the grind too long to probably find a legendary set in that game? Probably. You're going to be putting in a whole lot of time, but the rewards you do get finally when you build 3 pieces of legendary armor, you get all the right mods on there, you got 2 other pieces that are now apocalypse gear, and then now you got apocalypse weapons. You're like, okay, this feels massively different. I can do so much crazy stuff now. And that's the point to where the effort that you put in gets you something eventually. It's like you get another pulse rifle, you get another thing, and I know you talk about power creep now, and that's the point where Outriders is like, yeah, it's PvE only, it's absolutely crazy, it's kind of fun and cool. But that's kind of the idea of like, if I'm going to put that much repetition into something, at some point the builds are like really, really cool. And it's like a balance between, you could never take Destiny that far, but again, Destiny doesn't quite go far enough either at this point.
Yeah, we're just like kind of with New Rad, and we've always alluded to with the Outriders comparison. We want to feel powerful.
Yes.
And this goes back to your whole, is it worth it with the 10 level grind? Because like the new season come out, you get to the 10 level grind, but like, let's be honest, we don't really feel like we're dominating that raid and dominating that dungeon for the effort that we put to grind the light level, right? Those guys should feel like, hey, I'm rolling with Uhmaayyze. He put in the work, he grinded, so he could carry. You know what I'm saying? And I think they've taken away hero moments a lot. I know, that was a big allure to D1. I know, even though I've had my issues with Crota, but I do understand your mindset, E, with like, having that hunter be able to, save the day with the party, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You miss that, and I think the way the scaling is, it's really. You really, the only time you can break it is when like you find this really crazy build with either mods or obviously I got to give Solar 3.0 some credit. There are builds now that we're seeing that are powerful, but I do feel if you get to that light level, and there's guys in my clan that are killing. Shout out to Buddha, shout out to Ducky in there, Sinister that's in there right now. These guys are killing it. They should be the elite guardians of the clan, and if I'm rocking with them, right? It should feel like a difference as opposed to someone rocking at my same light level or lower. And I don't feel they reward the person who puts the investment in enough to feel dominant. Like that's how, and that's what Outriders does well. I have to give you that. Like it does that really well.
Why for me the power level seems, the longer this goes on, it was 10, it was 50, now it's 10 again. Why is it anything at all? I know people like to see the number go up, but if you sit there and you end a season, you're like, cool, I got to this power level, stripped away as soon as you get to that new season, and then you have to put this exact same effort in through pinnacles, which over the course of a season, they don't change very much, just to be able to get back into a GM you just could do the day before the season ended. And that's like,
you're absolutely right.
You're like, I want to do GMs on day 1. Why can't you?
Why can't you? Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
They cap you on contest power anyway. So your power, they're like, who'd you said, like Ducky and whoever else, they could be 1600 power level right now. Doesn't do them a damn bit of good. And that's, I think, where the whole power level grind, the hardest content, doesn't matter. Yeah, you can technically over-level Master Nightfalls, but when you get to a point, that doesn't really seem necessary. And then Grandmasters, they want them to be a challenge. Okay, pick the challenge. They could be 1520 for all we care. And they could make you 1500, and it's still going to feel that whatever they want you to feel like. It's going to be the same way. 1601. Yeah, exactly. So he's actually 1600 power level because he's season pass probably 500 or something insane. But that's a lot of time, and that's the problem. That time doesn't justify you to feel any stronger. It just doesn't.
He actually is almost 500 season pass.
Ducky
level.
is a beast in the clan. Shout out to Ducky. Shout out to Buddha.
Calm down, sir. Go touch grass, please.
Yeah.
What is it? What level he's about to be?
Ducky, put your stats up.
His body actually recently became merged with the couch he sits on. So they're
Shout out to Ducky.
New Rat actually has not about it. The 5 of cards, whatever that.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah, you could pick how much level you wanted to play against, and you could boost up your score and stuff like that. Like,
you should definitely bring back another currency. It's something Destiny 2 is missing.
No, it's not a currency. It was just like, instead of a currency, like make it a point where when you, hey, I'm gonna choose a Nightfall, go in and pick like, hey, what power level do you want to fight this thing at? In the heart of the power level, the better you score, then you could have score leaderboards. Oh my God, those could be a thing. Like, there's a whole and again, this is a whole lot easier not being a developer, but still, that's the grass is a myth. Yeah. That's the idea here though, is like the power level grind in a expansion felt cool. I really, really enjoyed Witch Queen. But when it's the 10 power levels of just doing the pinnacles that you just did last season again and again and again until we get to the expansion, the power level in seasons just doesn't feel
Right.
it feels
No,
like
you're
it's
right.
just a tedious waste of my time when an expansion feels really good. The seasons feel kind of the opposite in the power level, especially.
And the last point I make before Uhmaayyze had cut was that he had alluded to the shift that he see that he wasn't happy with, and I think there's a lot of truth to what he's saying, which is that I think they've made a conscious shift to say, okay, we are going to go heavy narrative based as opposed to giving them true content change during the season, and then the expansion is where we actually attempt to make more noticeable changes to the game. And that's the part I agree. I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're not doing anything and they're lazy. I'm not doing that. Shout out to Bungie. You know, they putting in work and they're working hard. But I do feel it's very incremental during the seasons what we see to the core gameplay loop as opposed to what you get from the expansion. And how they've masked it well is, narrative team investment. We gonna give you this ball man story. Tune in next week in a Netflix style episode, and we good. We like it, but we still got to get that balance and still challenge them to say, okay, but what's up with these maps in PvP? What's up with Gambit at its core not really changing? What's up with these power levels and still get there? And I hope that the infusion of cash, and I hope that hopefully they're not diverted with other things because they are splitting themselves now. We got Matter, we got a mobile game, we got movies, we got to see, and we have to hold their feet to the fire to make sure.
Don't give Travis one bit of that
I-
rope. He's going to
I'm
take it
always-
all.
I'm always going to be objective, even if it doesn't suit my narrative. I do understand where Travis is coming from.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that at the end of the day, we have to make sure that the focus still remains on this. You know what I'm saying? This is what got you here. Because if this go, we don't know what's going to happen. And that's all.
right. That makes oof. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Yeah.
Deep. Okay. Yeah, because I get what you're saying. The game is what made all of this happen. The game made all of these things possible. Correct.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
in a
Brain
sense,
drain
we
comes.
just don't want. I just don't want I don't want anything for Destiny, but nothing but the good is for it. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
Mhm.
it's definitely struggle. It's struggle right now at this point. For most games, not even just Destiny, you can really see what that's that struggle, man. So much
Mhm.
going on in the world that is affecting. Because at the end of the day, we have to remember that developers are also human beings, just
Oh,
like
for sure.
ourselves.
For
And
sure. For sure.
it is. I don't. At the end of the day, I don't know what it is for a developer, what they do, but I know they take the time and put their passion. And I can say that they take their time
Oh,
and
yeah.
put
We
their
know.
passion
Yeah.
just as much time into the video game as just as everybody else wants it to be. But man, it's
Mhm.
just getting rebuilding is the hardest thing to ever do. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
we don't know how far the tower fell.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just
Oh,
know.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we just know. I just feel like the I believe in what they're gonna do. I believe in the whole entire deal. I just think it's just strong patience and seeing everything in the world don't make it better. Like
Yeah.
everything in the world just don't make it better. It just makes the frustrations even higher. Uh,
Mhm.
just I want to see the best. I really really do, and I believe in it. I believe in
Absolutely.
after looking at all these like yet again looking at all these posts of hiring people around
Yes.
the world that
Mhm.
this can definitely be possible. This is just telling y'all that Bungie is out here and they
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to really build. Like this is just a rebuild, a restart, and you got new heads. You got people who actually played the game that we knew playing.
Yeah.
Like they
Getting
are
there.
and
Got
they're
the work.
working now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I like seeing that.
it's just it's just a restart. We have to be patient with it
Oh,
because
yeah.
when
Yeah.
we
We got
look
to
at
go.
some of these things and we just be like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? But more like it's just
We got Travis to
it's
keep
Travis.
us
You
in
know
line.
Travis gonna peep it. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just like it's just
We got Travis for that.
it's let's give them the time that they asked
Thanks.
for because they asked for the time. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of us have really forgotten about the time that they literally
Facts.
they dropped the whole story on what they're doing and what they're trying to do for us. Let's
Mhm.
not forget the story that they put out.
I say
there.
take your time. Take whatever time you need, take whatever budget you need, take whatever pacing you need, I will judge the end product. That's what I'm
Yeah.
concerned with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Mhm.
think
Wow.
I
sometimes,
appreciate that, Travis, because that's
yeah,
I think the one thing that I know that Bungie loves is they love their feedback. You know what I mean? No one wants to go over
not
there and
mine.
just say the game is
They don't.
perfect. Like
They
the
don't
game
love
is
my
not
feedback.
They
like
love your feedback too.
they love all feedback. They can handle these
That's true.
things. You know what I mean? Like they can really
Really
handle
can.
these things. And the mindset is just how you bring it. I tell
Yes.
that shit could be any
Yes.
developer. It's just how
Good
you
point.
bring it.
Good
A lot of
point.
people, I
Constructive
think a lot of people say they're ignoring us. No, they're not. If I was making a video game and you're talking out the side of your ass, then
Mm-hmm.
shit, I'm gonna just
Mm-hmm.
go out here and be that person and say that's pissing you off. Well, shit, go ahead and buff this real quick, piss them off some more. It's more than likely how you come at something versus like what everybody else
I
is
think I
like.
saw that on
Like
Twitter somewhere too.
Spite
Somebody,
it's just
buffs and spite nerfs.
no, like
like
somebody was like, "You guys better be happy. I'm not over here making a game." Because he's like, "Oh, you don't like Loreley Splendor? Oh, that just got like 6,000 times stronger. Oh, you don't like handheld Supernova? Yeah, I just made that thing
right,
push you off the map." Like,
right.
people, they
It's
could
just
screw with you if they wanted to.
they really can. It's just like it's a way to come at it, man. It
Yeah,
really
no,
is. Like you
absolutely.
really just need to. It's a proper way to come at these things, man. And they want to hear that. They want
Yeah.
that. They need that kind of feedback as well. They don't
Mhm.
want. We know that the game ain't 100% perfect, but there's always a way to come at these situations,
Yes.
man. A proper tone. If you see kids out here yelling, you can always tell who the kids are versus the ones who have a mindset of a little bit of sense to
Mm-hmm.
come at a situation where we're saying, well, this seems a little off and this needs to be fixed. This doesn't feel great. Not
Mm-hmm.
go over there and say, fix the shit, Bungie type of deal. They're not going to fix the shit. You know what I mean? Not you coming at nobody like that. I don't think that can be any company out there in the world. You sit there and say, fix the shit, and then you yelling at the thing. You need to get off the
Mm-hmm.
game, my brother, and touch grass is what you need to do.
Mm.
Your
Yeah.
anger levels is bad. And where's your lady? Where is everybody? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hello. Just
Yeah.
just gotta
When
come
I'm
at it
upset,
at a proper mental. And I feel like when a lot of people play trials, that mental level is already at its thin, at this all-time thin level of anger. And I tell people, if you're having a great week in Destiny, I've already experienced trials for you. Just stay out. You know what I mean? Like I took all of the energy and all that negativity. I'm just telling you, for me, stay out if you're enjoying your day. Don't go and ruin your
you know,
day by playing trials and then taking that out to everybody in the community because ain't nobody got time for that shit. Like you know what I mean? Like no one got time for that. Like
being
you,
being mad at
it's
being, being
Yeah,
mad at
bro.
a game that you are playing of your own volition is kind of crazy to me because you don't even have to touch grass. You could just do what I do and touch other games. You know,
Games. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
yeah. How
yeah,
many times
yeah,
have we have to express that to the world? That's
for
like it just
sure.
going through.
Go play
Just play
something
other games
else.
for a little bit. I have a similar policy when my girlfriend's mad at me. I'm just
Yo.
Whoa,
Yo.
whoa.
that's why I
Travis. Hey, how you
I
doing?
just that was too far. It was too far. Okay,
That
anyway.
was too far. That just got us demonetized
listen
by
to
your
him.
woman. Your
Don't
woman
listen to him.
demonetized the
Your
whole
woman
video.
demonetized the whole
Your
show.
woman copyright claimed the podcast.
Can y'all cut that out? Cut that one out. Cut that part out.
We'll fix that in post. We'll fix that in
Well,
post.
this
No,
super
but
chat
here's
is very fitting. This super chat's very fitting. I saw the
right,
last
let's go.
word has some class in the top left-hand corner this evening, which is amaze. And Travis just proved that about tenfold.
Salute. Salute.
Oh,
That was great.
I'm done. I'm done. This thing got demonetized. This thing's gonna get copyright. I'm gonna get my first copyright strike thanks to Travis over here.
You good?
Yo,
Oh,
Travis
man.
bringing out the guns today, baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
we don't play.
Jesus.
We don't play.
Oh, my
never
God.
come unarmed. That's what I say. You know.
Oh, my God, bro.
Yeah.
It's all right. He's
I-
got he's the NPC and he's got his 2 escorts. He's fine. So
Oh, Lord Jesus, dog. Man, I said his girlfriend.
That's my favorite
You
sound.
gotta look
Phrasing.
around, you
I
gotta
mean,
look
having
around the
two
corner
escorts,
like, hey, yo.
No doubt. What else, Eve?
I mean, we covered a whole lot of different stuff just kind of on the state of things, but I mean, shout out to Bungie real quick for the
Yes,
TWAB.
sir. Yes, sir.
Gotta cover that
7-7.
one. For one, the Shreds of Light cosplay, the stuff people like threw together with stuff in their house is hilarious. Go check some of those out because they're actually pretty legit and well done. But the cosplay for Savathun, if you guys have not seen this on Twitter, the cosplay coming together for this is just, it's incredible. So please go check it out. It's the Cosplay Cosmodrome. and there's a Savathun. I think it's nearly complete now, wings and everything. It's absolutely immaculate, which is crazy. Also, they've got the Bungie Foundation going on from July 7th to July 20th. They've got their
Shout outs. I'll be
fundraising
on
event.
that. I'll be up there on the 8th. By the way, I think it's the Saturday and whatever the 9th is. That the 9th?
9th is Saturday. Yep.
Yeah, I'll be there Saturday doing something for the kids, man. So I'm excited for that. Bungie
Nice.
Foundation.
Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
That's
whether you're
what's up.
fundraising or donating to, they've got different emblems and ghosts that you can get, and all of that's going to the Bungie Foundation. They also got a little behind the scenes about the dog emote that actually was for the charity fundraiser. That was from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He's got a rare genetic disorder, spent much of his childhood, and I did actually get a kidney transplant. And as road to recovery, he got a kind of a support dog, Artemis. And that's where that one came from. There's also the little plushie. He's about, looks like he's about a foot or so, about 12-inch. And he's in the Bungie store. Bungie store has some very cool stuff for the next week in there. If you guys haven't checked that stuff out, the Nerf Galahorn is on pre-order. The shipping to Canada is a little busted. But that'll get fixed.
Don't give me flashbacks with these Nerf weapons.
Oh yeah.
I don't need this trauma.
You don't need that trauma of Nerf Legends.
Nerf Legends. And then they also had. Okay, I gotta ask, Cog, did you ever do the Parasite quest?
I still gotta do it,
dude. Cognito.
Hey, what?
Hey,
that was last season, bro.
I don't know what's wrong with me. No, this is my
Okay,
problem.
all right.
I have a problem.
Guys,
I don't
wait,
know
guys.
what's wrong with me. Why
Before
don't
you get your
Why are you not
explanation-
doing that quest? Why do you not have that gun? Why are we having this
Wait, no.
discussion right now?
I'm gonna ask him every
Before-
week
Why am
now
I
until it
avoiding
gets
it? It's
done.
like I'm avoiding it.
The
I don't know
quest is
why.
Why?
The quest is
Before you
funny,
justify
too.
it, Cog,
Mhm.
before you justify it, I'm afraid this is going to be your last show. Too casual. Can't be around campfire. That level of casual.
We're gonna replace Uhmaayyze. Uhmaayyze is now our new co-host.
Maze. Are
What's
you free
going on,
Thursdays?
Lord Amaze?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Welcome.
Is
I
chilling
blame
out.
that. It's
Yeah.
that damn raid, man. Everybody I try to do it. They would have pulled me into the raid and memorize sign. That damn
say I'm doing a
vowel.
I
quest.
can help you remember. I can help you remember the signs, Mr. Lord Kai.
Yeah.
I can help you.
I ain't got no
remember.
excuse. I ain't
That's
got
when we
no
start playing
excuse.
Ace of Base.
And
I
I've
saw the
never
sign
been
in
like,
here.
I really got to get that message done. I
Bro,
don't know
I've seen
why I
your
put
play
it off.
history. You do not have an excuse with the games you're
don't.
out here playing.
Yeah.
This man died.
I'm doing everything else in the game
Jesus.
except that. And I don't know why. I did that messenger. I did everything
No, that's not
else.
true. You're also not winning any Crucible matches.
Oh, no.
Whoa,
sorry.
Lord Jesus, why you
now-
call him
now
out?
you coming for the kid. Now
Y'all
you coming
brothers?
for the
Yeah,
kid. Now
y'all
you coming
brothers
for
or
the
what?
kid.
Because are you
You coming
calling
for
him
the
out
kid?
like that?
I want at
Jesus.
some point we have to
Something
do
I-
a last word Crucible, like 1v1v1 tournament between
Yeah,
each
we
of
gotta do
us,
that.
and we got to see where we all stand, so we can finally see if this trash talk actually matters.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I ain't
Well,
Lord
Cog
Kai.
and I-
What if Lord just comes out on time and he don't even be planning? He's just like,
Except
Yeah.
then he can own it, but it's like until then we gotta kind of know if Travis's trash talk is all talk or not.
Lord, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and back that
You and I
up.
have played
Oh,
Crucible.
yeah.
Have we not, Cog? We played.
Yeah, we played. We played.
Was Travis
How
the
often? I
God's
gotta
gift
ask
to
him real
Crucible?
quick. How often do you play, Lord?
No, I do play. The problem is, I'm gonna tell you what my problem is. I like min-maxing. I like builds. So
Mhm.
I will spend hours in there tweaking Solar 3.0, going through
Your
missions. I
hours in
do
your
my
menu
basic.
and not doing anything.
No, I'm doing my pinnacles.
His
I'm
tower
doing my
time is
pinnacles.
12,000 hours.
Listen to you now. Now y'all being disrespectful.
Hey,
So,
you know when you get that
Your
exotic
boy got
weapon,
the Iron Lord title, unlike some in here, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Amazing. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk about that.
I knew you went for
You,
the
and
Iron
you
Lord.
know the
How
grind for
many
that.
titles do
Yeah.
I have that you don't have?
But
Try me.
this season, for a guy that's not playing, how do I have a title that you don't?
because it doesn't require you win any of those matches.
Oh, okay. Oh, but don't say there's no gameplay hours
If there was a
involved.
triumph or win one
Uh-huh.
match, you wouldn't have that
Yeah.
title.
All right. And
If it was
noticed I got that-
available for more than 1 week so far, it would have been done.
Listen,
Yeah.
I just got a little couple of gaps I gotta fill. That's all. Just a gap I gotta take care of. That's all. Just a gap. You're coming for the
I'm just
kid.
giving you a hard time, Cog. Obviously, you're a casual. Okay, let's move on.
Lord
I
Jesus
did
Christ.
duality. I did vow. What it is with this season, I just got to get that done. That's the last thing. I just got to get it done. There's no excuse for it.
I don't know how you decide to leave that behind because the Woken Queen over there, brother.
You know, I know why it is because the weapon itself. Not that I heard bad things about. What's going to excite me is I've been doing duality. I would rather do that more because of the chase of Storm Chaser, because of the weapons in there. I'm not saying Parasite is garbage, but no one came out and me like, "Yo, Cog, you gotta get Parasite." Like that's how you
I'm
get
gonna
me.
start tagging you on Twitter, man. Every time I get something, so you can just go up there and go get it. And I think that's what it is. It's more like, do I need to drop a freestyle about the weapon and you just go out there and go grab it?
Yeah, I need a free. Tell me why Parasite. I need to be in
You
there.
got it. You got it.
Really
I'm gonna make,
go, I
I'm gonna make
love
sure I
it.
start doing that, man, because I gotta get you on these weapons. You can't believe in weapons behind. You really can't believe in weapons like that
That's the
behind.
only one, brother. I got everything else. I got everything else
You
except
can't
that.
tell nobody else that though,
Do you
Kyle.
have
You
the
can say that
exotic
here.
sword?
Nah, I ain't that lucky. You got to get RNG for that, man.
Wait, what is it?
The exotic store,
Okay,
the new one,
Oh.
the new one.
some voices.
And I ain't got the pulse. The
Any of y'all got the Heart of Shadows?
No.
that's
I
the,
got it. Got it this week.
I do.
Nice.
I got the Heart of
Mm.
Shadows. I got the Heart of Shadows the third week, I think. Because I soloed. That's when I went in there and did the solo glaive on the duality.
Oh, bro, you know
Yeah.
what I'm doing? That's what
It
I'm
was
doing.
the Folks weapon.
RNG refuses to give me Callus mini tool with incandescent. So I've been sitting there grind. I finally got the fifth
There we
joint, whatever.
go. Yep.
Yeah,
crafting
and
frame.
now, but here's the thing. This is the thing about the crafting, bro. I gotta play with this same loadout for so long just to level this gun up, just so I can get to the It's so much busy work just to get the loadout I want to play with.
You
That's
know
what
what?
it is.
I'd level up a little
You,
faster
while you're
now.
getting those kills,
Yeah.
do an exotic quest. It's actually there's enemies in those quests too that you have to shoot with any
funny.
gun. It lets
You're
you
funny.
do whatever gun you want.
You're
You
funny
can,
right now. You're funny.
Yeah, you know, you got to level up weapons. What's something in my backlog I need to do? Oh, let me put on 3
Yeah.
red box weapons and
If
just
only
go.
there was an
I
activity in this
just
game where I could
got
kill things.
the damn frames that I needed. So stop it. You know that be that RNG sometimes. You know how it go. Y'all probably got y'all incandescents out the box fresh. I ain't even had to work for it. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. E, did you get your
No,
incandescent without,
No, I had to craft mine.
without crafting? You
No,
crafted
I
or no?
crafted it.
Oh, salute to you.
I
What about
crafted
you,
it.
Trav? Trav, did you craft? Or did you get it?
I just deal with whatever weapons come to me because nothing
Mhm.
matters. I mean, whatever.
What is
Whatever.
Destiny really?
I don't need the best perks. Whatever, you know.
Mhm.
Live and let live. What are we fighting about? That's what
I
I'm saying.
need that, man. I need the ignitions. I need that scorch. I need that part of the bill, bro. That's what I need. It's Warlock like.
I just love that there's such different types.
How you like
of
what do you think of that
Destiny
Thanos snap, baby?
Oh my lord, that's my baby right
Beautiful.
there, bro.
Yeah, baby.
Starfire Protocol. Get the snaps on deck. The fusion grenades. I'm not even killing bosses sometimes with heavy. I'm just killing them with fusions, and I'm running the empowering rift, standing in there shooting the heavy. Oh, by the way, Heir Apparent is God tier. We got to really talk about it. We got to really talk about Heir Apparent right now. I don't know if y'all haven't been using it, but Heir Apparent right now, I'm giving up secrets. Oh man,
What
it's
is
busted.
Heir Apparent again? Remind
That's
that
the
to me.
machine joint that we got from Guardian Games that gives you the shield and the
I
Gatling
know you
joint.
ain't just.
The
I know
ball.
you ain't just. I know what you're talking about. I know you ain't just
Bro,
bring up that
go
weapon.
on Air Apparent on see what you doing to these bosses and get holler back at. I'm telling y'all, people sleeping on Air Apparent
Hey,
right
I
now.
love the fact that you have that mindset towards that though, because you're using different weapons. You built different. You use
That's
different
how I
weapons. I
am.
think that's the
I
best
use-
part about Destiny is not
That's-
using meta and using your own weapons to enjoy yourself. So I
Bro.
believe that is the
He uses the cheese meta. Telesto's the only weapon he uses.
I hate that gun. Don't do that to me. Right
No,
now, it's
I
Mida.
actually think it's cool that there's so many different types of players because some people like Cog will just spend a lot of time like learning the meta. I tend to just like get all my quests done and all the catalysts and exotics. I've got to get all those, and then I log off and then Ebontis just does the same Lost Sector like 40 times and records every run and puts it on YouTube. It's kind of great. All different players. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Times.
I'm just letting him finish all of his words, just seeing where he's gonna stop digging this hole. It's fine. We just lost
Little.
another co-host. Uhmaayyze, you good with a 2-man show?
Yo,
Yeah,
I just scheduled a
I
Thursday.
just fired y'all on the spot. Like, get out.
They canceled
I mean, like,
DJ.
I'm still the one streaming this thing, so all right, I got new host next week.
You
Sweet.
got two new hosts now.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's actually my goal to get kicked off of the show. I'm liking my odds. I think it's going well.
yeah.
And on that note,
Yeah,
That's
seriously.
true.
No, I was like,
You know,
I was-
Lord Darius actually has a good point. The point where you guys should have kicked me off the show was when I didn't realize that all the red frames were craftable.
yes.
After
the
like a
Storm
full
Chaser
season,
moment for
like
you got
I
you
really
bad.
I did not have an excuse to not know that, but I never looked it up, guys. So I
Mhm.
believed in the system.
No doubt.
It still hurts, by the way.
I know. Believe me, I wish those frames in the dungeon were craftable because 2 of them are and 4 of them aren't. And for me, that's still just like that's even like an extra paid dungeon, depending on if you bought it extra and you're like, I can only craft 2 of these. I just keep getting all these dungeon weapons, but I need the non-dungeon weapons so I can craft. Like, what is that sentence even? That's a weird decision. That one still bugs me. But one of those things.
Why'd
that
they
you
give
can-
you a red frame if it's not craftable?
I know it is kind of weird.
You
though.
can get a red frame Fatebringer. That's been an issue for
Yeah.
the while.
Yeah.
Okay, well, on that wonderful bombshell, we have covered a whole bunch of fun topics. Uhmaayyze, it has been an absolute blast having you on here, and without any surprises, fantastic energy in the show. Thank you very much. We got
Of
an
course.
exclusive track
Hype
to start
man.
it off. We got an exclusive
Freestyle.
track.
Ooh.
We have analyzed
now,
all the business models that Destiny can possibly have and broken them all down. And we also know everything we want in the future, and we know how to solve the game. Perfect. We solved all the worlds of Destiny's
Right.
problems. We did a lot today. So
That was amazing, man.
Bungie, you can bill me for my time solving all of your problems. Are we gonna?
what's your billable rate? It can't be quite as high as Hogue, but you know.
My billable rate? It's $500 per game that I fix by myself.
Now, when you say
With
game,
ideas,
or is this like mode within game? Because you know, $500 to fix Bungie, that's cheap.
Yeah, I do it for the love of the game.
Okay, good.
Really,
That positive vibes. Uhmaayyze is rubbing off on
Hey.
you there.
That's what it is, Travis. Am I rubbing off on you?
I think so.
All
I
right,
hope
I'm gonna
so.
go ahead and take that,
dude,
man.
if there was a guy to ever rub off on me any of their qualities, I would want it to be you, because I definitely need some of this, both positivity
Yeah, he need
and
that.
also coolness. I need some of that. Maybe
cool
maybe
ass.
some
I could use
element as
a
well. Let's throw that
truckload
in
of the
there.
coolness. I could use a truckload of coolness because that ain't here.
Hook the brother up.
Oh God.
I need a lot of what you've got. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of people want to know the secret juice, man, to
Yeah.
the hype, man. I tell people that, you know, I've came up with so many answers, but then I really came to the true answer. It's just unique, man. I was just blessed with it. It took a long time to discover it, man. My father taught me this, man. This is just unnatural energy that you don't see in this world. You got to take it from Professor Bro, man, where you say this man is just not from Earth. You know what I mean? And then being able to experience me in person, meet me hands and right there head to head, and just see that, man, when you get beside this guy, the energy is just there. And I don't know how it's traveling like that. It's just like, I don't know. I consider it's got to be a blessing, because a lot of people really want to know
That's
this
your gift.
juice,
That's your
this
gift, bro.
energy.
Hey, use that blessing if it's there. That's fantastic.
And
I'd love
that's
to
all
see
I've
it.
been doing. You can see it. That's all I do every day, man. Give motivation out to the world. I share this energy every day. I ain't stingy with it. I can sit here and just keep this energy to myself and do what I got to do. And I'm here to see others win as well, man. I'm here to motivate others to do exactly what I can do. If I can do it, you can do it too, type deal. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people really. Let me just drop some knowledge on this Last Word podcast, man. There's a lot of people really put themselves in a situation where you just feel like you can't get out. Ain't no situation in the world impossible to get out of, man. It's light at the end of the tunnel. I've struggled. I know what it feels like to struggle. Hell, I struggle even on days that I feel like I'm not struggling. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to let a struggle hold me down or pull my hand down and tell me I can't do something. That's what you got your positive influences around the world for, is to keep over there picking you up. Got to pay attention, man. A lot of people say that things, if you're going to pay attention to some of the things I've been through in my life when it comes to gaming, and a lot of people say I won't amount to it, and I managed to just shut those ones up.
Mm,
There is a way of a way of the mindset called ignoring. And
yeah.
a lot of people tend not to do the
They do
ignore
that. They
part.
can't. They
You know what I
can't.
mean?
Yeah,
They
they
can't do it.
struggle with it.
Because a lot of people say, I understand and I'll try, but you don't do it. It's the
Right.
hardest thing by telling somebody you're going to do it versus are you really going to do it? When I leave this room, are you really going to do that? You really got to
Right.
pick yourselves up out here, man. Struggles aren't going to leave you. This is how life is operated. Struggles pull you further. They don't hold you back. They built you. Struggles built you. That's called built. That's how you
Mhm.
built yourself up. The struggles help you build that. The most famous celebrities in the world went exactly what you went through. Jay-Z, another one of them, big guy at the top. He changed his life around. Struggles.
Mhm.
Changed his life, made different moves, went up. He up.
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle, some of your favorite famous video players, some of your famous streamers, some of
Oh
your
yeah. We all got
everybody
it.
has struggled. You can't sit here and say that things are impossible to do, man. If that's impossible to do, you're hanging with the wrong crowd.
Mm. I don't think you
You
get
know
no
what I'm saying?
better than that. The boy done dropped the sermon on us.
Yes, sir.
He done
Yes, sir.
blessed us. Yeah.
Man.
He
Salute to
opened us
Uhmaayyze.
with a hype speech and cooled us off with a inspirational speech.
Yeah,
This is
man.
pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty dope. Shout out to the
Well,
legendary Maze. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
E.
was gonna say,
just
and on that complete full circle of a podcast, way to bring it back to earth there, Amaze. But I want to say thank you first off for coming on. It's been a while since we had you on, but
Yeah,
man,
man.
it's an absolute blast having you here. We always enjoy it, and it's like you come on, it just takes all of us to another level. Your energy is infectious, and if you can't tell it from the show, please make sure go tune into this man every time you like.
That show on Earth, you ain't gonna get
It's
nothing like it.
if you're not bopping to the vibes, jamming out with, everything that he's doing and just having a good time, while he'll hit headshots like mid bars, I don't know what to tell you. Like go in there, have fun. You will not regret it.
Gotta
But
love you,
Okay.
Bontis. I really gotta love you, man, because I say it every time, man, that I don't know who's doing that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But that at the end of the day, that's just called built. Because we can go back all those episodes. Like we can go back all those episodes ago. I didn't achieve that back in the day. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I found that. I
Yeah.
found another unique. It's the human body is so amazing, man.
You
You
got the
go out
perfect
here
name.
and it develop. And you sit here and say what people say is impossible, and you make it possible.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Oh man, you make it possible.
Beautiful.
Being able to freestyle and play at top tier level. Holy
Ah!
crap. Man, who knew that was gonna be a thing? Who knew that I was gonna be able to do? I just changed gaming in a whole
what
nother
are you
way.
up to? Like 60, 70 of those things I've seen now, clips or more?
Yeah, that's probably about in 100, 200, 250,
Bro, that's
maybe.
crazy.
I lost track a
consistently
while
keep
ago.
them boys
I
up.
saw the
Yeah.
numbers just climbing up, so it's just go follow him everywhere. Can't say it enough.
Mhm.
But where do they follow you? The floor is yours. Where do they find
Oh,
the home of the vibes, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody out there, the Last Word Podcast. First off, thank y'all so much for coming out here. Y'all can really truly find me on social media platforms, almost all of them, from Snapchat to Instagram. They all are amazed. Twitter, I'm all over the place. TikTok, it's UHM, 2A's, 2YZ. Catch me live 7 days a week, man. Bungie Foundation, coming up this weekend, man. I'll be
Nice.
dropping freestyles for the kids, the children. I love the
Woo!
kids. I have never participated in too many of these events, but I did make a promise, man, as one of the promises I made to my father that I lost to cancer, that I would definitely do as much as I can to give back to help the kids fight cancer. And that's my main mission here, is to make sure that we look out for the kids, and the power level that I would do for the kids is out this world. I don't care how much energy is wasted for it. I'm here to do it for the kids. You want vibes, you want energy, you want to chatter, you want to chill out, you want to vibe out with us. Come over here and stop by the home of vibes, twitch.tv/Uhmaayyze. Bontes comes from most likely every time I see him come through there, man, it's always a vibe. So it's just it's a blessing. Please come on and stop by. I do have YouTube. We're working on that. I drop freestyles constantly. So if you need motivation in the morning, you can get it from Instagram. If you don't like Twitter, you can go over to Twitter and get it. If you don't like Twitter, I got it on Instagram. Either way, you can't get away from it. I'm here to motivate y'all each and every morning, man. We're a team. I look at everybody as a team. I don't look at you as enemies. I see enemies. I brush them off. It's either me against the world. Tupac, I come up off that. All that is me. So I'm starting to understand Tupac a whole lot more versus what I was as a kid. The it's just me against the world kind of deal. Y'all are starting to see a lot of that. We feel a lot of hate. Don't be afraid to be yourselves, right?
That's real.
Come vibe out with us. Don't be afraid to come over there and chat it up with us. A lot of people like to lurk in the background. Just come vibe. Come vibe. Good vibe. Yeah.
What if I want to just lurk, though? I just want to chill in the cut.
Hey, if you want to chill in the cut, we got the music. I don't bother you.
I respect it. I respect. Salute to the legendary Uhmaayyze, the legend.
Log. I'm
the
telling you,
journey.
Lord, I love you to death, man.
Love you
Yeah.
too, brother. Love you too, brother. We always gotta support people in the community like you. You're unique. You bring tremendous energy. No one does what you do. Everything is a vibe, and meeting you in person, you realize it. You know what I'm saying? Even more so, the energy is just as authentic as it is from behind the camera. Salute. Continue your journey. We're super proud of you. Always a pleasure to have you at the campfire talking that talk. We got exclusive, but I'm happy. I'm a happy man, so I'm good to go. But as far as what's going on with the crew, let's start this talk to a Trav, man. What you got going on, with yourself? What should we be looking forward to? What you got popping?
Yeah, thanks again, Uhmaayyze. Amazing to have you here. Awesome talking with you. I saw you at the GCX, but I think you were in the middle of something. Oh, right,
I
you were
think I was really
you're hosting
busy.
the event. That's right.
I know you didn't just throw it at me like that.
That's right.
Hey,
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. He was running it.
you not doing it at me like that. Okay.
Yeah, so it's cool, but
Had to live a little bit of business, Travis. You know, man.
Let it make that man do his numbers.
I'm the hype man's hype man right
I
here.
like it. I like it. I like it. Travis.
Anyway, yeah, so you can find me, you can read my stuff on IGN.com. I've got a preview of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that went live this morning. I've got the review going live later this month, a preview for Roller Drum later this month, next week, I think. And yeah, other than that, you can watch me on Sunday mornings on a show called Bitcast that I do with industry vet Ains, the attorney at law at Hogue, attorney at law Hogue, and the before photo, living before photo. And so yeah, you can do that, and you can also find me on Twitter at TagGuyTravis. Thanks for coming and talking with Destiny stuff.
Yeah, man.
What about you, Cock? What do you got going on?
A lot, man. Salute to everybody in the chat again.
ILP, Last Stand Media. This man out here playing VR. He is No, I'm just kidding. It's all yours.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. Again, salute to Uhmaayyze first, and again for pulling up. Always a good time for me, at Lord Cognito. Every Sunday is the Lord's Day, 1 p.m. Eastern. The Lords will come back. We missed a week, a good little break, but now we come back to talk to y'all, talk about what's going on in the industry. King David, Lord Addict, Lord Solve, the crew. I can't wait to be with my brothers again. Salute to Defining Duke, Mr. Matty Plays. Great episode. We just put that up on the Patreon right now, talking about Game Pass, what's going on there. And of course, if you're interested in some good, up and coming writers, check out that lordsofgaming.net, man. We got some fresh talent. We're trying to give people opportunities to be media in the games industry. And I just recorded something really cool with my boy Ty, who both of you guys met at GCX, and we just did a little pre-Destiny talking about Season of the Hunted on the Lord's Minute. That'll be up, and yeah, this is a little company I deal with. So for all you people that like VR, we definitely was part of a program to help remove the barrier for Facebook account requirement for the Quest, the Oculus Quest. So right now it is the announcement was official today. I'm proud of that because I was working extensively on that project. August is most likely when the restriction will go. So those who had trepidation, who don't want to associate they Lord Cognito or they gaming persona with their Facebook persona, you can separate that. You can have a clean slate there. So that will be coming soon. And we got more projects for those interested in VR. So check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. What is going on with you, sir?
Finally settling back in between family visits, and got birthday weekend coming up. So my wife's was yesterday, and then mine is on Monday. So we're 360 days apart. So I will be 1 year older, one more lap around the sun, coming up on 39.
How old is that for you?
39.
Ooh, big 4-0 coming. We got to do something special.
Next year is the scary one, but no, not really.
Technically, technically you're going to be in your 40th year
Hey,
of
you
life.
shut up now. You shut up.
this
When I
week, so
complete that 40th lap around the sun, that's when that 4 goes on there. Until then,
that's
39.
that's
He holding on,
your
Trav. He holding on.
Have to, right? That's kind of the idea when you're that
I
close.
respect it. I
No,
respect it.
massive thank you to Uhmaayyze for coming on. Appreciate you as always. Love the exclusive, the energy, the discussion was excellent. So thank you again for taking the time out of your schedule, because every minute you're with us, I know could be somewhere else. So believe me, we
Yeah,
appreciate
facts. Thank you for
you
taking the
taking
time,
a couple
brother.
hours out. It is no
Oh,
joke.
anytime, man. I'm gonna make sure I get up on this, no matter how far I go, man. Y'all make sure y'all come back and get me up in here.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
y'all to
Oh,
death,
yeah.
man.
Love.
And that's just on anything, man. I
Mhm.
will cancel whatever big things or big deals or something
Don't
that out
cancel the
there in the
Bungie
world.
for us, though.
Hey, I
You'll
was
get that
gonna say,
Bungie
you
bag.
go to the
You
Bungie
get the
thing
Bungie
first. We'll
bag.
get you
Don't-
on another
Okay,
week.
I,
That's
You
okay.
fucked up
I
after.
understand. I understand the Bungie bag part. Yeah, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
the bag, but I'm gonna come back here.
He's gonna come back
Yeah.
with the bag and be like, "Hey guys,
I
you want to see
my
this
goal
bag?
for
It's a
you.
big bag."
I want you on the Destiny soundtrack. That's my goal for
Yeah,
you. That's
man.
my short term. I
Okay.
got more
Okay.
short term goals for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Uhmaayyze, dropping bars over one of our little like animated cinematics, please. That would be
Oh,
fantastic.
we get a
Yeah.
drop. Oh, can I get a
Oh.
drop?
So good.
I
For me,
would-
you guys know me. I am trying to finish up Tunic, and I'm trying to finish up Neon White Offline. God of War. We actually have a date, so you guys know you'll be seeing that on stream in November.
impressive.
Ragnarok.
I was pleasantly surprised, honestly, because I was like, it's delayed. I hadn't seen anything delayed, and then bam, just date with a blog post, which was a
Well,
little weird.
I've got good news for you, Ebontis. Just because it has a release date does
Doesn't
not
mean
mean it will
anything,
not
exactly.
get delayed. Yeah. We
That's
have now
true.
seen games get delayed after they have gone gold,
Yeah, that was a whole
which
thing.
is
That's true.
unbelievable. So yeah.
Mhm.
But yes, again, amazing podcast chat. You guys have been fantastic this evening. Thank you guys. If you know of anybody who enjoys Destiny or just wants to hear a whole bunch of guys talk about a game that we just have a good time talking about, tell them to find the show on video, on audio, on either platform that they find it on. If they drop a like and they enjoy the show, let us know. But for this episode number 205 with our amazing guest Uhmaayyze, my two co-hosts Ty Guy Travis, Lord Cognito, and myself Ebontis, it has been
The last
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 word.
word.